series, a series called Zero to $1 Million. How do you get there? Welcome in each and every one of you. Welcome in. And we keep showing up. We keep showing up. That's how success is made. Zaddy. And I joined it a little bit. Yes, I know that we keep showing up, even though Dr. Lina joined in a little bit late. Yeah, I was so tired. You can even hear in my voice. I needed to take a nap, okay? I needed to take a nap. Okay, I deserve it, right? Hello, hello. Zaddy was like, okay, I've been waiting. Can we get on it? Awesome. Welcome in, and we know what to do. Let's tap out the live. Because we started late, can we quickly tap out the live? Let's get it to 5,000 taps. If you're new here, drop one in the comment section. You are new, drop one. Let us welcome you. Let's tap out the live. Let's get it to 5,000 taps. We start the live as soon as we get to 5,000 taps and 50 shares. And we have a lot to cover today because today we should be able to round up with real estate. So we're going to be talking about the steps, but we also will do the quick intro, okay? Like for the people that missed it from beginning, from Monday till now, just to bring them along. Remember, we never leave any soldier, aka any millionaire behind. So if you are new here, I am Dr. Lina, and this is the $1 Million Community. Dr. Lina with the $1 Million Community. This is the $1 Million League. As a matter of fact, the MDL in front of the name where you get your daily acme, that is $1 Million League. This is the community of people that are either aspiring to become a millionaire or you might already be a millionaire. So whichever one, or yours might be like, you know what, I just want to gain financial freedom. You see this millionaire, that's not for me, but I don't know why would you think like that though. Because forget it, money, gives you option. It gives you options. So forget about it. Money gives you option. So we're talking about ETF. We started a series zero, how to start from zero to become a millionaire, to get to the millionaire status, to that $1 Million status. We started that series on Monday, and it's a nice step journey, okay? We are already on step number 7. I'm going to go through it as soon as we get 5,000 taps. So the quicker we get started and tapping to 5,000 taps and 50 shares, we'll get it started. Please remember to also power share, repost, power share and repost. Welcome in ETF, real estate, financial freedom, right? Yours might be like, you know what? I don't want to be this millionaire. I think I'm okay. I just want to be financially free. Even with 300,000, 64, Prem, welcome in. How are you doing? Welcome in. Make sure you click on that subscribe button. Awesome. So as soon as we get to 5,000, Musa, Deng, welcome in. How are you doing? Welcome in. Happy Thursday. And it's one more day to the end to Friday. Awesome. And Daddy is saying we're going to finish it tonight. Let's tap it all out. So tap it out. If you're new here, drop one in the comment section. This is the $1 Million League, the community of millionaires, people that aspire to be a millionaire, or they just want to end the paycheck to paycheck cycle, or you want to gain financial freedom. Yours is, I want to become a millionaire. Yours says, you know what, I want to build generational wealth. Some people even say multi-millionaire, right, in dollars. Yes, we're all welcome. And that's exactly what we talk about here. We use strategies that multi-millionaire uses. As a matter of fact, what are those strategies? They are strategies that you find in the Millionaire's Wealth Blueprint. That's what we have in that in the Wealth Blueprint. Okay, so welcome in, Kwaku. How are you? Olori, welcome in. Let's keep tapping out the live. Let's share out the live. How do you share the live? Press my forehead on the screen, and this is for people on the TikTok. On the YouTube side, how are you all doing today? So good to have you. Drop where you're connecting from. Drop it in the comment section. Where are you connecting from? So good to have you. Also, click on that subscribe button if you have not done so. Prince Olive, Woodloss, welcome in. Jones, how are you doing? Dwayne, Brian, I've seen you before. Grace M, welcome in. And for those that are not new here, from England, how is England today? Is the weather better? Okay. I am in Texas in United States. So happy to meet you. Make sure you click on the follow button, tap out the live. Yankee man, how are you? How are you? What part of Yankee are you? What part of Yankee? Is that New York? Okay. Awesome. Or you just click on the follow button. Latest millionaire in town. on the red carpet. So you would see when you click on that follow button, we welcome you graciously on the carpet, right? We call it the red carpet of the $1 million league, graciously, because there's a reason why we do that. Because there's the power of life and death in the tongue. So calling you a millionaire, that's first John, the first step. But we also execute. So get your pen and paper ready. So if this is not your regular life, Sean, what do you mean? Okay, Sean, click on that follow button, right? What do you think? Okay, what do you think? Let's keep tapping out the live. We get it started as soon as we get to 5,000 taps. We get it started. We're talking about ETF, real estate, businesses. How does this, what does this have to play? Because you need to stop saving. If you are saving your money in the bank, then you are not building wealth. Because putting your money in the bank, using the rule of 72, what you realize is that it's going to take you about 72 to 7,200 years. If you want to know about it, stick around. Click on that follow button so you would understand, right? It takes 72 years to compound. It takes 7,272 divided by whatever your interest rate, it tells you. Protos, welcome in. So you want to build wealth, you want to gain financial freedom, you want to build generational wealth, make sure, okay, make sure you're not putting the wrong thing to do is savings, right? And if you're just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology. I'm not a doctor of medicine, and I've been investing for close to 2 decades. My day job, I'm a vice president of technology. And of course, I'm also a professor because I have my teaching AI, cybersecurity, deep learning, and information management system. But you're wondering, how come, technology, all those things, how come you're talking about finance? That's because my background, my bachelor's is in economics, and also I'm a chartered accountant. So I pivoted from finance to technology because of the money. All right. From finance to technology because of lesser work and more money. Okay. Yeah, life is amazing. Yeah, you just did awesome. It's good, so good to have you, Grayson. How are you doing? Right, and that's how I pivoted, and I had my master's and my doctorate in strategic business and information management system. I've been investing for close to 2 decades, and I own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio, and also heavily invest in the stock market. So that's it right there. And you're wondering, Dr. Lina, right? You would expect that Dr. Lina, with her background as an economist, as a chartered accountant, she would know that automatically you don't save money. Saving money is not going to grow your money. But hell no, she was saving money diligently, okay? But guess what? She wasn't moving anywhere until she started doing something differently. She started investing, right? She started investing in something called ETF, exchange traded fund. As a matter of fact, before the exchange traded fund, she lost $99,000 in options trading, day trading, and penny stock. Out of, you don't know what you are doing. Yes, in case, and also looking for get rich quick scheme, so that by the time I laugh at you, I've already laughed at myself. It's so, that's fair. You are laughing right now because you're like, who is this person that is just saying all those things about herself? Exactly, right? That's because, right, I lost 99,000. It makes me feel better when I say 99,000 and I do not say 100,000. I lost it about 6 to 7 years ago. And then I became humble, okay? That humbled me. And I started figuring out, where does the multimillionaire, where did they put their money? They said they put their money in the stock market, but how come they're not losing their money? Mansa, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. And they said they are not losing their money, right? How come I put my money in the stock market? But then I was gambling. I was a speculator. I was not an investor. So I started investing in what? ETF, right? And that's what we're going to be, we touched that today. And then I transitioned and started investing in real estate, then businesses. And that's why I will tell you today, ETF or real estate, I can give you the entire picture. So welcome in, and I do own double-digit real estate portfolio. So it's so good to have you. And I'm the convener of this community. We are doing a financial freedom drive this July. All through this July, helping a lot of people gain financial education so that they can become financially free. And then that's going to help reduce poverty. And once poverty is reduced, what's going to happen? Also, it's going to reduce crime. Crime and poverty, they're brothers and sisters. We know that. So that's the entire goal. So this life will be different from what you've always known, because we will not start the life until we will not start the class. So you need to get your pen and paper ready. okay, until we get to 5,000 taps. So the earlier we start tapping to get it to 5,000 taps and 50 shares, the better, so that we can all get the class started, okay? Gideon, welcome in. Esther, welcome in. Potential boy, personal boy. And wait 1 or 2 minutes if you have been here 1 or 2 minutes. These resonate with you in any way. You want to become a millionaire in dollars. You want to gain financial freedom. You want to, it's real estate. Or yours is, I want to start a business. Or it's ETF. You don't know what is ETF. Or yours is just stop saving. What does it even mean? They've taught us all my life to save. Why is she saying stop saving, right? If that's your case, just make sure you click on the follow button immediately. Click on that follow button. Let's welcome you in. Let's introduce you to the other millionaires in town. You're aspiring to become a millionaire. Yeah, make sure you click that follow button immediately. 2 minutes. It looks like what you are looking for. We are on a series 0 to 1 million. We started this on Monday. It's a 9-step journey. Okay, we are already on number 7, but I will do a quick recap before we move on. Can you say? What does that mean? Ayla, how are you? Welcome in. Yeah, make sure you click on that subscribe button. Okay, welcome in everyone. Clint Chagodi, welcome in. So let's start tapping out the live. As soon as we get to 5,000 taps, we get the class started. So we are 57 people right here on the TikTok side. We have over 50. So if all of us are tapping, we will get it to 5,000. Otherwise, we will not start. All right, we would start, okay? That's it. And the reason that you're wondering why, okay, why do we do that? It's because half of the time, we're going to get halfway into the class, you would see it, and then people are joining and they said, oh, Dr. Lina, okay, Dr. Lina, you know what? Let's can you repeat yourself? And I was like, Dr. Lina is not AI, right? It's not pre-recorded. I think it looks like it's pre-recorded. And Chico Kid Cody, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. If you are new here, drop 1 in the comment section. Let's keep tapping out the live. Thank you all. Let's tap out the live. Let's get the class started quickly. Let's get this class started. So let's if you're new, drop 1. I gave you 1,000 taps. Oh, okay, that's great. That's great. Let others will do the same thing. Let's share their life as well. Press the forehead on the button. Click. Trust me, the 1,000 taps is nothing compared to what you're about to get. Okay, we're talking about $1 million status. So it's not. And as a matter of fact, it's not me that you're giving it to. You are actually using it to promote the community, helping some other people, because we're going to get on the FYP. Get your daily at me if you have not gotten that. Get your daily at me. Cost you 1 penny. Tap out the live. Share out the live as well. How do you tap? You don't know how to tap. Just press the screen. You don't know how to click on the follow button. There's a plus sign. Click on that plus sign. You don't know how to share. Press my forehead on the screen and you will see the contact right there. You don't know how to get your daily at me, and that will be pinned for you shortly. So click on that and you should be able to start getting your daily at me. We're talking about ETF or real estate, financial freedom, millionaire status, ending paycheck to paycheck cycle. And so welcome in each and every one of us. Happy Thursday. One more day and it's almost the end of the week, guys. Also, as a note of warning, some people are already also here. In the past 11 days, we've had, this is day 12, we've had 60 countries represented within this community. The latest being, not Bahamas, what's the name? Barbados was country number, Barbados was country number 60. Country number 60 in 11 days. Isn't that amazing? And as we are increasing in size and we are moving, it's, that's the same way. Digital Boss, how are you? Welcome in. Oh yeah, welcome in. Let's keep tapping out the live, right? In Barbados, if you're new here, drop 1 in the comment section. We are the aunt of country number 61. Hello, community. You are the first time. Welcome, Davida. Welcome. Click on that follow button. Right, click on that follow button. It's so good to have you. That is how millionaires come in. They introduce themselves. Hello, community. I am new here. Awesome. And he said, no, welcome me properly. Address me as the millionaire that I am. Davida, latest millionaire in town. On the red carpet of the $1 Million League. Welcome. Welcome in. How are you? Welcome into the League of Millionaires. And you're wondering, what does the League of Millionaires, what does it mean? The MDL, what does it mean? It simply means the people aspiring to become a millionaire in dollars, by the way, in dollars. Yeah, so if you have it in another currency, maybe in euros or in pounds, okay? But let's not do sub countries, okay? All right? Let's not do that, okay? All right, we're talking about in dollars because $1 million in some countries is like 1.5 billion. Okay, all right. Well, it's about 2 billion. Okay, in some currencies. So let's make it very clear. We're not talking about million in naira, or million in another currency, Zimbabwe dollar. So let's be clear. I'm not bringing any country there. Okay, we're talking about $1 million. Okay, $1 million. So people aspiring, and let's keep tapping out the life. Mr. Moses, latest millionaire in town on the red carpet of MDL, welcoming. And that's it. And he just dropped his at me as well. I am already a fan of this community. So if you're new here, drop one. We are on the hunt for country number 61. We have gotten to 60 countries represented within this community in 11 days. Latest country being Barbados. Like every unique country, Barbados is the latest in 11 days. 60 countries represented, including Switzerland, including Canada, the UK, Sweden, no Sweden yet, Belgium, Germany, Netherlands, Iceland, right? Where again? Tanzania, Zanzibar, Kenya, right? Gambia, okay? Malaysia. Malaysia is already here. Japan was here, right? China, all of this country, Nigeria, right? South Africa. So that has been represented here. So in the League of the Millionaires that we are here, we already have 60 countries represented in 11 days. And if you're wondering, where are you, Dr. Lina? I am in Texas, in United States. So United States is also already represented. So if you're new here, drop where you're connecting from. And we are just saying all this, class is about to get started. Serious class is about to get started. So $0 to $1 million. But we're waiting for us to tap to 5,000 taps because the class is not going to start until we get to 5,000 taps. If you want to learn how to get from a zero to that $1 million status that we are talking about, let's get started with tapping. As soon as we get to 5,000 taps, we will get the class started. What is going on? This is what is going on. Stop saving, start investing. Okay. Stop saving, start investing. What do we mean by that? You will learn that in a second. All right. Your goal is to get to $1 million status. Yours is to start investing. ETF, right? How do we start investing? ETF, real estate, businesses. And we are actually talking about the exact 9 steps, $0 to $1 million. And you'll be so surprised. Maybe 5 of that steps in that journey, okay? You do not even know. You're not even following it. And that's the reason why you might be financially stressed or you might be living on a paycheck to paycheck. So click on the follow button. Take a minute or two. If you've been here a minute or two, click on that plus sign. Let's get the class started. Below, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in, latest millionaire in town. Below, latest millionaire in town. Get your daily admin, tap out the live. And if you're just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology. My day job is vice president of technology and also a professor teaching AI, cybersecurity, deep learning, and information management system. And of course, I've been investing for close to 2 decades. I'm a chartered accountant, I'm also an economist. I've been in corporate world for close to 2 decades, and I've been investing since then. I own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio, so that calls me or qualifies me as a serial investor. So I can teach you conveniently on real estate because I don't just own it, I also manage it. So property management is your problem, you are in the right place. And also, ETF, what is even this ETF? Yes, you are we're going to we teach it, it's part of the steps. Businesses is part of the steps. Okay, what do you think? Where do you think? Mute. Where do you think? Okay, where do you think? All right, go Google it. You figure it out. All right, you go Google it. You'll find it. Okay. All right. So ETF, real estate. Okay, those are the things that and businesses. Okay, those are so. And I think I saw the latest millionaire in town, Prince Bossman. Welcome in. Welcome in on the red carpet. So if you're sitting here, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, okay? Click on that follow button. If you are new here, drop one in the comment section. And guys, by the way, if anybody follows you, that is not Dr. Lina. As a matter of fact, I'm not following anybody right now. Why? Because the same way we are growing really fast, right? We have about 200 to 300 followers every single day. We are already 60 countries represented in 11 days. 11 days. Just this July, 60 countries represented in this country. So is also the scammers, aka miscreants, aka thieves, are trying to, they've been creating an account that looks like Dr. Lina coming into your inbox. So click on the follow button right now so that you know that this is the right Dr. Lina. I don't have WhatsApp account. I don't do Telegram. I don't do any of those things. As a matter of fact, I don't do cryptocurrency. I don't invest on your behalf. I teach you to fish, not to give you fish. And if you have to schedule a one-on-one, you go through the portal through a secured payment gateway to make payment. So I will never say send money via sale. So if you're here and you're still sitting, as a matter of fact, you've been sitting there for a minute or two and you've not clicked on that plus sign, click on the plus sign now. Okay. Also, we want to welcome you properly. We want to drop you the country where you're connecting from. Drop your country where you're connecting from. Drop your state. We are the hunt for country number 61. If you have been sitting here one minute or two, it's okay if this is not for you. 2 minutes, you need to be able to know if this is what you're looking for. 2 minutes, after 2 minutes, time is of essence for you, right? Time is money. Don't just sit there. Click on the plus sign, or it's okay to also move away, all right? To also scroll past. Whatever got your attention, right? Is either it means that in your finances, there's something you want to do about your finances. That's what caught your attention. If that is that, make sure you click on the follow button immediately, okay? Tap out the live, share out the live, right? Get your pen and paper ready because class is about to be in session. And I'm going to pause because nobody is doing anything. We are not tapping out the live. Should we end the live tonight? Should we end the live tonight? Okay, maybe we should not have the live tonight because it seems that everybody's tired on the Thursday night or something. Okay, yeah, maybe we need to end the live tonight because we're not going to start this live until we get to seven. And maybe we don't have humans here. Maybe they're just beauties. Okay, let's do a roll call. Zadi, Davida, Romo, Lydia, Tilly, Prince, Oluwa, Fimse, K, Lady Joma, Tina, Galactic, Moy, Digital Business, as NG, Joe Maxey, Annie, Scholar, Rose Gal, say present, Rose, 80, Benga, Cody, Chronicle, Busy Man, Sydney, Tashe, Cairo, Marobi. I mean, I told you that this is not your regular life, right? So yeah, let's keep tapping. Once we get 5,000 taps, let's also do the shares. 50 shares, E-Class, Reviver, Adeyemi, Dory, Kosa, DB Success, Prima, Queen Slay, Queen Shay, John Jason, JR Tendra, Elizabeth, Jolof, Topstar, Starcode, Unlimited, Baby Praise, Cabo, 63, Applauser, Sir Andy, Seaman, Galia, Duffy, Mary, Richard, Judge, Felix, Onzo, Majojo, User, Benoit, Fritz Prime, AK Salter, Lean, Saliho, Jide, Around. Yeah, if you add your name, you've not clicked on the plus sign, you are not tapping out the live, you are not sharing the live, okay? You've not gotten your daily at me, okay? You've not gotten your pen and paper, all right? It's okay for you to scroll past, okay? All right, okay? We love you. We love you, but we are serious-minded people here. This is not about gossip, okay? This is about serious business, all right? This is about serious business. We're talking about getting to millionaire status. Click on that follow button. By the time we get the class started, you will understand. Till it says present. CB, latest millionaire in town. Awesome. Yeah, latest millionaire in town. If you'll be sitting here because we want to make sure we do not have BOTs, we have humans right here. Okay? If you'll be sitting here, you've not clicked on that follow button, click on the follow button. Otherwise, it's okay for you to scroll. Scholar and Akachu, latest millionaire in town. So let's keep tapping out the live. Get your daily at me if you have not done that. Jose, thank you so much for tapping out the live. You're new here, drop one in the comment section. If you're new here, this might be of shock to you. It's different. Yes, put one in the comments. Let us know where you're connecting from. This is a class, okay? This is a class. This is what they do in the community, not on, so we are here more of quality over quantity. Quality people that want to get to the $1 million status. Quality people that want to gain financial freedom. Quality people that want to move from a zero to $1 million. That's exactly a four. Yes, that's it. Getting your daily at me. Awesome. Now we're seeing people that are serious, tapping out the life, sharing out the life. It's not, we're not doing dead weight, okay? Duke, latest millionaire on the red carpet. Awesome. That's how it's been done. Blue Scholar, latest millionaire on the red carpet. That is it, exactly. Now, we're not going to do dead weight. We need serious-minded people, right? Yeah, I'm not going to, because I just literally woke up and I need to come and teach, right? And then we have dead weight or BOTs or people that are not ready to actually learn. Because the same attitude with you tapping, engaging, clicking on the follow button, little things like that will determine how far you're going to go, right? And if it's just 20 people that we turn into a millionaire, the other person, the other day, there's a person that just crossed $500,000, right? If you do not think that you can even get, you think that millionaires are from another planet, then we need to first of all touch your mindset, okay? Because millionaires are just your regular people, okay? And if you don't believe it, just ask Dr. Lina how, okay? 5K, let's go. Awesome. Master Flex, welcome in. Click on that follow button. That's how it's been done. Can you see? We did that in under 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So that's our seriousness. How are you? Welcome in, Akasia. Make sure you click on the follow button. If you are still sitting, let's get our daily at me. Let's also power share. Press my forehead. Let's power share. Can we repost? Let's power share. Let's repost. I don't want a situation where we get halfway and people are saying, please repeat yourself, because I'm not going to be repeating today. We got to finish this today. Nana K, welcome in. So press my forehead on the screen. Let's share. Let's also repost as well. Let's repost. Let's share. Awesome. If you are still sitting here and you have not clicked on the follow button, click on the follow button now. Otherwise, it's okay for you to scroll. Awesome. We got to 5,000. And remember, let's power share. Press my forehead on the screen. Invite your people. Let's power share. Can we do that? Let's do that under a minute. Let's do that. Tilly, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Yeah, welcome in on the red carpet of millionaires. If you're just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina, and we're going to start the class right now. I keep to my own part of the deal, right? Keep to your own part. I keep to my own part, right? Basically, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology. I'm a professor teaching AI cybersecurity. So you see some things are different, okay? Because I'm a professor, all right? Right. I'm a teacher. So that's why you do roll call. I would, you need to do certain things. I would do certain things. Okay. I will do it. I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology. I teach in the college AI cybersecurity, deep learning, and information management system. That's because I have my doctorate and my master's in strategic business and information management system. But my background is economics. I'm an economist and also a chartered accountant. I've been investing. My day job is vice president of technology, also a professor. Okay, so just in case you see that. And also I have been investing for close to 2 decades. I've been investing in the stock market for close to 2 decades. I've been in the corporate world for close to 2 decades. So I understand this. If you have been in corporate world and you're like, okay, I'm making money or I'm not making money, I'm struggling, I'm all of that. I have been there. Okay. And then I've been investing since that time, right? But guess what? I was making good income. But guess what? I wasn't making good income and I made a change, okay? If you are not making a good income, make a change, okay? All right. That's why I pivoted from finance to technology, right? But guess what? I was saving my money. And until I stopped saving and I started doing something different and called investing, right? That is, I started investing in ETF, real estate, and businesses. Why these three? I'm going to quickly talk through it. And we are talking, and that is when I gained financial freedom and got into this status. So if your goal is to get to this status, millionaire status, your goal $1 million, If your goal is to gain financial freedom, make sure you click on that follow button, tap out the live. So it's a 5-step, why this life is different. It's about 5 to 6 steps. When you come in, wait a minute or two. If it looks like what you are looking for, click on the follow button. Otherwise, it's okay for you to scroll, because the time is money. Time is of value, right? I do that when I go into people's life. Secondly, is you tap out the live, okay? Thirdly, get your daily admin. What is your daily admin? It costs you 1 penny, right? So that we can bring you as part of this community. It shows that you are a fan of this community. That is daily admin, costs you 1 penny. Then also you share out the life. It shows that you show concern for others. You want to other people to also become financially free. That's you sharing with others. Also, you get your pen and paper, because it's not your regular life. People pay thousands of dollars, but here we are doing a financial freedom drive this July 2026. Only after July, you probably will see me more frequently, and you have to see me, you probably will pay me, like a, oh, Lebs, how are you? Afo, thank you for tapping out the live. You probably need to pay me how much I'm worth as a vice president of technology and also a professor, okay? I think that is fair, okay? All right, so take advantage of it. What does the financial freedom, what does it mean? Drive, what does it mean? We are trying to build more, cultivate more millionaires, people to gain financial freedom. What is our goal? We are doing financial education. We're teaching people. We're giving people financial education. Education you were not taught in school. You were taught to get income, not how to build wealth. They're two different things. That income, that's number one, and then that's going to give you financial freedom. $0 to $1 million, the exact plan is a nice step journey, right? And once you gain financial freedom, it's going to do what? It's going to reduce poverty, and our ultimate goal is to reduce crime. So crime and poverty, they go there, brothers and sisters. Where there's crime, there's also poverty. That's what we're trying to do. So when you tap out the life, when you when you join the community, when you share out the life, you are also helping us. It's also a way of you giving back to the society. So click on the follow button if you are still seated there and you have not clicked, you have not joined. Let's welcome you on the red carpet of millionaires. Peaceful Adrenaline, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Country 60 in 11 days. Awesome. So let's get it started. All right. So for the people, like I said, we started this journey. Our main latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Oh, remember to get your daily admin. Let's fill up the gift gallery. Let's get our daily admin. Go popularize help this live as well. Sharing of the live, tapping off the live, non-stop. Get your pen and paper. Awesome. I would always pause and reset if I see that we are not doing all of that. Okay. So if you don't want us to pause and you want us to keep moving, then let's do what we're supposed to do. All those 5-6 things. Thank you so much for doing all of that. Awesome. So the exact step, we started this series on Monday. So you would understand that we have gotten to number 7, okay? But I will quickly talk you through what it is, right? Then we would recap tomorrow. All right, we will recap tomorrow because we are already on step number, and I want to finish up everything today. And if you don't finish up today, finish tomorrow and do the recap so that by Saturday we're done. And we're not doing this after this week. We're going to end it this week, this series this week. Next week we start the 12 days wealth building challenge. That's going to wrap up the entire journey. Okay. That's what we're going to start. So we're ending it this week. If you are new here, drop 1 in the comment. I'm new, drop 1 so we know how far we go in. Drop 1. And for those people that have been here since morning, please bear with me. We don't leave any soldier, aka any millionaire behind. If you're new, drop 1. You have been, you're very new. You were not here yesterday. You've not been here this week. You're new and you want to understand this, drop 1. Also, if you care, indicate where you're connecting from. I am in Texas, in United States. Tesla, welcome in. Boss Williams, click on that follow button. Let's welcome you properly on the red carpet of millionaires. Welcome in. We're talking about ETF, real estate businesses, the multi-millionaires wealth blueprint. The exact plan is what we're talking about. Silo, welcome in. How are you doing? So quickly, and let's keep tapping out the live. If you're new, keep dropping it and make sure you click on the follow button. Awesome. So the first step, right? The first step is like I said, is a 7th step, and we've been teaching this since Monday. So I'll just quickly, number one, let no one deceive you. Oh, you know what? There is a get rich quick scheme. You can double your money overnight. You can do this, please. This is not that community. I'm not for you if that's your goal. Get rich quick scheme, hypes, and all of that. We don't do that because it doesn't last. That's how I lost 99,000. And it's also in dollars, by the way. $99,000. Lost it, in less than a year. A friend of mine lost 50,000 in less than 5 days. So Tesla options trading. So not hypes, not get rich quick scheme. As a matter of fact, you need to Google who Warren Buffett is, right? Warren Buffett. Hey, Sarah, thank you so much for the repost. Warren Buffett is, once you see him, you would understand the way you invest is what we do. Compound interest, no hypes. As a matter of fact, we protect our money, our principal. Okay, we are moderate risk investor. Thank you so much for the repost. We are moderate risk investors. We do not do risky plays, so we are in between. At the same time, we are not risk averse, so our risk tolerance is moderate. Okay, so within the risk category, our risk tolerance is moderate. We are not high risk. We're not low risk. Low risk simply means that you put your money in the savings account. High risk means that you're doing options, you're doing futures. Maybe you're buying individual stocks, right? You're looking for the next big thing, right? The cryptocurrency, that is high risk because it's an avenue to lose your money. Okay. All right. So now that we know that, okay, we already set up expectation. But one thing that I can tell you is that when we say $1 million, we're not saying forever. We're saying in 10 years. So you're wanting number around it 10 years. But it starts with one thing called number one. It is called your income. So you need to figure out how to get your income high. How? You can supplement your income. That's exactly what I did many years ago. Guys, remember to keep tapping out the live, sharing out the live. The numbers are going down. Get your daily admin. Go Populars help this live. So if you can do Go Populars, it would help us. If you can fill up the gift gallery, that would be much appreciated. If you can give, that would be much appreciated as well. If you've been sitting here and you have not clicked on the follow button, do that. 3 a.m. latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. So the first thing, thank you so much for Olep, thank you so much always. Income, the first thing first is your income. You want to increase your income. The higher this income, the higher the income, the lower the expenses. You see this gap that you see? This gap that you see here, that is your $1 million. That is your financial freedom. That is everything that is going to give you, all right. That's everything that is going to give you the financial freedom that you need. Okay, so you want to do something, aspire to increase that income. So if you're making $400,000, your expenses here, you're not going to gain financial freedom. You're just going to be working. You're just working to do paycheck to paycheck. That's all that you're doing. All right, so here, income, expenses, right? This gap here is because this is the excess that you have to actually invest, right? It's about investing. This gap here, the excess here, is what is going to help you build financial freedom. All right, so this income, how do you then increase this income? Because then some people are already giving up, but then my income is not whatever. You can do exactly what I did about 14-15 years ago, moving from being an economist, accountant, working in the corporate finance of an organization, taking a certification less than $500 under 5 months, and increasing my income by $30,000. $30,000. That's about 14 to 16 years ago. I don't know the numbers now. Less than 15 years ago. That's when that happened. And my work schedule reduced, okay, and my income increased. Not because of anything, because there's some job that naturally comes with the weight. You do end of the year, end of the quarter books. You do you balance the book end of the month. You do this end of the no. So it comes with the terrain, okay? So, and that's when I moved from finance to technology, because I realized that my workload was lesser. I was making more money, okay? And of course, I rose to the position of the vice president of technology. Not overnight, but then it was very, very strategic. So be strategic. You do not have to go back to college. Understand that. You don't have to go back to college. Simple certification. Employers pay for the skill. They do not pay for a certificate. If you don't know it in the book, I'm not going to hire you, right? If you don't know it, like how to do it, I'm not one of those people. I want to know that you can do it, right? And most employers, that's exactly what they do. So if you already have a first degree, you don't have any business in running around taking another degree, right? So except it's a specialized thing, like you're a lawyer and you want to go into medicine or you want to go into nursing. I don't know why somebody wants to do that though. Honestly, but I know they, because of the money, or they told you, oh, nothing is where all the money is. Okay, all right, you need to open your eyes. Hey, Stephanie, how are you, girl? Therefore, is just rocking it. Okay, it's just tapping out that life. If you're new here, make sure you click that follow button. Of course, I know she was going to do that. Get your daily at me if you haven't got that. Okay, and we have the, what's it called? We have our avatar right now, which is called the, it is called it's called the Miss Millionaire. Okay, Miss Million. Maggie, how are you doing? Welcome in. How are you doing? So let's get our daily at me. If you haven't gotten your daily at me, let's tap out the light, share out the light. Cyrus Doma. Are you from okay, Cyrus. All right, we are on the earth for country number 61 in 12. This is day 12. 60 in 11 days. So 61 is what we are looking for. So income. So that's one way. The second thing is that you can supplement your income by getting a side hustle. Side hustle, like you can drive Uber, you can do a rental arbitrage, you can rent your car out, you can any other thing. So you do not want to go back to college, you don't want to do any other thing, but you can actually supplement your income by doing another. You can write ebook, you can teach. I hope you know you are doing a disservice to the world if you know something and you are not teaching. You are not passing it along. God gave you the knowledge just the same way I'm doing right now. You can teach others. You can put it in a book if you don't think you want to teach. Those are different things that you can actually do. Another thing is that you can actually get free education on, go to Harvard Business School. There are free training there. There's Google Coursera. There are free training there. The way you can even get certification and get additional skills. Okay. The other one is that I think I mentioned that. Lastly, if you have to go back to college, right? Think about scholarship. There are scholarships available. So instead of you thinking of student loan, that is now a loan on your shoulder, you're struggling to pay, right? It's on your record, just get scholarship. So the first thing, why I take time to talk about the first thing is income, because this is going to be your baseline. If your income is high and you keep your expense low, what's going to happen? Income high, expense low. The difference here is what is going to help you to build wealth, right? Because now you have enough to actually put towards investing. Awesome. Thank you all for tapping out the life. Awesome. So number 2, quickly, let's talk about number 2. Number 2 is you build emergency fund. What is emergency fund? Of course, it is for emergency. All right? Fund for but Dr. Lina, we know fund for emergency. It's 3 to 6 months of basic living expenses. Guys, put BLE in the comment section. BLE, basic living expenses. BLE. All right. One of the things, if you are new here, this is a double way. Okay, double. You have to. It's a two-way thing. It's a bi-directional, right? Or a multi-directional. Okay. So I'm going to ask things, you're going to respond. Thank you so much, Cyrus, Zadi, thank you. BLE, basic living expenses. If you write it down, you would see. If you write it, you would see that you will never forget. BLE, there's a reason, it's a form of enforcing, a form of also passing on knowledge, okay? So when you write it, you always remember BLE, basic living expense. What is basic living expenses? In the dictionary, in the finance dictionary, it means 4 things, okay? Keep it simple. 4 things: utilities, transportation, groceries, and of course your housing, rent or mortgage. Those 4 things. If you calculate it, 3 to 6 months of that, calculate it and put it in an account called high yield savings account. In an high yield savings account. What is high yield savings account? It's just your regular bank account, but it gives you a better interest rate. The reason why we don't put this in an investment, this is different from your investment. You cannot put it in an investment because it has to be liquid. And of course, number one, it has to be liquid. It has to be available, but it has to grow. All right. High yield savings account. If you're new, if you don't know high yield savings account, put it in the comment. Just say HYSA. 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 Write it, type it out. HYSA. 3 to 6 month living expenses. Thank you so much, Cyrus. You're doing amazing. I want to believe you're new and you are doing absolutely amazing, right? So, emergency fund, you put it, Maggie, thank you so much as well. Emergency fund, you put it in an HYSA, okay? That's the second thing. Number three, of course, it's 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Number three is eliminate high interest debt. High interest debt, any debt above 10%. Any debt, thank you so much, Zaddy. Any debt above, thank you. Any debt above 10% debt, right? It means your mortgage, your house, your mortgage, your car notes, and your college debt will not, student loan will not fall in this category. But credit card, loans, right? Personal loans will fall in this category. Any debt that is above 10%, you want to pay it off, right? How do you pay it off? There's something called snowball method, avalanche method, and of course debt consolidation method. Any of those three. Snowball method, you focus on the one with the least balance. Avalanche method, you focus on the one with the highest interest. And you do it in that order. Debt consolidation, you bring everything together and you pay it under one roof. Basically, you need to choose the one that works for you. One is for motivation, one is going to put more money into your pocket. Obviously, that's avalanche method because the interest that you're going to pay is going to be smaller at the long run. Let's keep tapping out the live. Thank you all for doing that. Let's share out the live. If you are seated here, you're new here, click on that follow button. You've been sitting here for 2 minutes, click on the follow button. Let's welcome you on the red carpet. So let's keep tapping out the live. If you're new here, drop one in the comments, meaning you have not clicked on the follow button. You are new here, drop one. If you have not clicked on that follow button, you're new here, drop one. Let us welcome you on the red carpet. Awesome. I am Dr. Lina. I am in Texas, the United States, and of course I am the convener of this community, which is the $1 Million League, the community of millionaire people aspiring to become a millionaire in dollars. And we are talking about $0 to $1 million, right? This exact step, we do it in 10 years. People don't do it in 45 years. And you're wondering, what is he even saying? Now it's hype. Somebody wants to, why don't you stick around and ask how, okay? How? Just ask that. That's because we are not, this is not get rich quick scheme. That's why we're not saying 5 years or 6 years or whatever. This is about solid wealth building strategy. It's not tips, it's not tricks, it's solid wealth building strategy. Okay, well done. Let's keep tapping out the light. So if you wait here 2 minutes, if it looks like what you're looking for, click on the follow button. Otherwise, it's okay for you to also scroll. Okay, time is money. All right, welcome in. Awesome. So I want to believe every one of us already click on that plus sign. We also remember to get your daily admin. So high interest debt, any debt above 10%, any debt that is above 10% is what is called high interest debt. Make sure you take care of that before. You don't have any business in investing. If you have not done your emergency fund, you've not taken care of high interest debt, you are investing. That is the wrong thing to do. And that might be the reason why you feel that you're financially stressed or financially stuck and you don't have, because when you think that, okay, what if your job is shaking, but you don't have anything saved for the emergency, right? You would already have heart palpitation because next month you might not be able to pay your rent. But if you have an emergency, you know that, okay, 3 months, we'll figure ourselves out. But if you don't have an emergency fund, what's going to happen, right? You're just one emergency away from losing your house. One emergency away from, it's just one emergency. That's why you have to really, really. Also, Bory, thank you so much. Make sure you click on the follow button if you have not done that. High interest debt, by the way, any debt above 10%. Why do we focus on this? The reason why we say 10% is because most of the time, some of the investments we do is like 10% and above. And if you have debt that is above 10%, it simply means that you are putting the cart before the horse. And you are also, let's say your debt is all this high interest debt, your credit card is about 22%, 25%, 27%, right? If your investment is giving you 15% and your debt is at 22%, it means that you have to work extra hours to be able to cover the gap between your return on your investment. So first of all, you're going to take all the return on your investment, plus you have to put extra money to it to be able to pay off that debt. So make sure you pay off all of those debt before you start investing and start on a clean note. Okay, this is like if you have high interest debt, right? This is like running on the treadmill, running on the same spot. You'll be doing it, you'll be sweating. People will see that you are sweating, but you remain on the same spot. Exactly. That's the exact way to describe are interested. So take care of are interested before you start investing. Okay? Or as a matter of fact, let's put it in the comment section. Are interested before investing. Let's put it are interest debt before investing. Put it in the comment section. Bomb bomb. Breeze, latest millionaire in town on the red carpet of millionaire. Any other person still sitting through the window, watching through the window, you haven't clicked on that follow button for yours to welcome you on the millionaires carpet, right? Our interest before investing. Thank you, Zaddy. Thank you so much, Zad, for doing that. Awesome. That's it, right? If you are still there, you're still on the window, you have not yet crossed over, make sure you do that. And as a matter of fact, can we also get your daily at me? If you haven't done that, get your daily at me. It costs you 1 penny, but it shows that you're a fan of this life and you have been here. We want to make sure that, we don't have BOTs. We also want to make sure that, it's people that are serious. Okay, I interest that we have here. So click on the follow button immediately. Click on wait 2 minutes. If it's something you're looking for, if this sounds good to you, don't just be looking. Click on the follow button because we also have some miscreants representing as Dr. Lina that will follow you, and then you will be excited. You think it's Dr. Lina, and then you fall in the trap. It's not me. I don't have Telegram group. We don't do crypto. We don't. So click on the follow button if you haven't done so. Okay. Otherwise, all right. I interested is the third thing. The fourth thing is you have to. Number 4 is set up your 4-account system, right? 4-account system. In the 4-account system, put it in the comment. 4-account system. I hope we all have our pen and paper. 4-account system. What is the 4-account system? Drop it in the comment. 4-account system. You can see I'm saying it. I traders before investing. Now we are on 4-account system. 4-account system. What are these 4-account system? What are these 4-account system? What are these 4-account system? A lot of time people just have one account, and because they have that one account, that's why Shoka's the latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Any other people still peeping through the window? A lot of times you see a lot of people, they're like, okay, I'm making good money, but I don't know where my money is going to. I don't know what's going on with my money. Okay, that's because they don't have the right structure with their money, right? They have not given their money the right direction. Okay, and that's a reason why some people are struggling with their finances. Not because they're not making good money. It doesn't mean that they are wasting their money, but it's just because the money doesn't give you don't give your money direction. It will give itself direction. That's right. So number 1 thing, you have your bills account. That's your income account. That's the account that receives all of your income. So your paycheck goes into this account, and most of the time this is the only account a lot of people have. Most of the time, it is only this account most people have. All right? It's the only account. So, but then you're supposed to, this account is just supposed to be a distribution center. Put this DC in the comment section. DC, your income account is only a distribution account. And this is typically your Bank of America, Chase, all those big banks where it's just a checking account. DC, right? Yeah, it's just a checking account. It's just a checking account whereby it's just a checking account whereby income is just supposed to go in. After day 4 or day 5, what's going to happen? That account should be almost zero because it should distribute to the other 4 accounts that I'm going to talk about. The second account that you're supposed to have is your emergency fund account, an high yield savings account, right? An high yield savings account. Bank of America is not a good bank. Why did you say that? Right? It's a good bank. It's just that it's not going to make you wealthy. It's a good bank. It's just that it's not going to make you wealthy. Okay, but what's the reason? Did they steal from you? Right? Okay, high-yield savings account. You need to open a high-yield savings. Is better. It's not SoFi. It's SoFi. Okay, SoFi is giving you that's what you put in there. High-yield savings account. Okay, Chi, thank you for sharing out the life. High-yield savings account is the second account you need to open. Right, in a SoFi, like my friend is talking about, a SoFi high-yield savings account, because it gives you 3 to 5%. It gives you about 4%. It even gives you 400 to come in, to welcome you in, right? Just the same way we usher you into the $1 million league. We put the red carpet for you and we'll put you on the platform, on the pedestal, and welcome you. All right. So if you are just click on the follow button, click on that follow button so we can welcome you to the $1 million league, put you on the red carpet on the spot, and everybody, other millionaires welcomes you, right? So if your goal is to become a millionaire or you're already a millionaire, welcome it. They paid you $400 exactly. Asayak, latest millionaire in town, exactly. They gave you $400, but of course you have to do certain things, right? What did you do, Asayak, right? Free $400, right? Capital One also gives about $300 or $250 as well. And of course, they give you about 4% return. So if you don't know about IU savings account, you're sleeping on it. You are sleeping on it. Okay, Nana J, latest millionaire in town. If you don't know IU savings account, just put I don't know so that we can, you need to tell people that knows the way. I don't know, okay? Put it so that we can guide you. All right? So far has not given me my, yes, they would. Have you done what you're supposed to do? You do not know. IU savings account is your regular bank account. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you don't know. Okay, if you don't know, this is actually in the United States. Can I open HSA account? Do you mean IU savings account? Amazing Grace. This is on the YouTube side. You to keep my children's school fees. I always save there. Are you talking about IU savings account? Right? Yeah, you can put it in an ISA. You can open a custodial account for them. You can open a custodial account for them, okay? Otherwise, you can just open an IU savings account and name it you. You can open multiple IU savings accounts and name that one their school fees, okay? And put the money there and it's growing. How does it work? I'm going to be talking about it quickly, all right? Quickly. I'm in the US. If you are not user latest millionaire in town, if you are not in the US, this is not also applicable to you. They need to listen to you, my the educator stuff. Yeah, the thing about it, you can use it in your country as well. So people had $400. Can you see? Everybody is now coming in, right? Click on the follow button if you are new. You want to learn about IU savings account. If you want to know about IU savings account, you don't know about it, you want to get the free $400, right? Put one in the comments. I want to know. Put one. Can you see? People, why do we like free things? Why do we like IU savings account? I say, okay, all labs, you already know. All labs, you know. What are you talking about? All labs, you've opened multiple accounts. Okay. IU savings account is basically your regular bank account, your Bank of America, Chase, or Wells Fargo. However, this bank account, free is good for the soul. Free at times can make you go sick. Exactly. So it's just IU savings account, as it says, it's high yield savings. You have to be patient with me, blessed, okay? You have to really, I can't be pushed around in this life. We have to be patient with me. You are the one that wants to learn. I already know, okay? All right? Nothing is free in America, exactly. So patience is number one thing in this life. Otherwise, and there's a reason why I do that exactly. So first of all, a yield savings account is high yield, like a return, high interest, high return savings account. Okay, movie silence, welcome in. High yield, high return, high savings account. Thank you all for tapping out the life. Exactly. That's what we need to be doing. Otherwise, you need to, right? Basically. So instead of your Bank of America, okay, instead of Bank of America or Chase or Wells Fargo, Chase will give you 0.01% in interest. Bank of America will do the same thing, their brothers and sisters. Wells Fargo, or in your own country, you see all those big banks, okay? That's what they do. I hope you know that when you put your money in the bank, I hope you know that the money is not there. It's not there. Only 10% is there for as a buffer. What do they call it? I remember the word. 90% of it is already loaned out as mortgage, being traded with for businesses. They are returning. So how do you think the bank make billions of dollars every single year? How do you think they return billions of dollars? That is because they are trading with your money. You don't want to invest with your money, right? You're saying that you are too afraid to put your money. So they use the money to trade, take the risk and take the return. All right. So Now we now have some banks or some programs that says that, okay, you know what, let's not rub the it so much on your face. We will give you a little bit of money as well. Blessed, you have not clicked on the follow button here. You're busting me in my life. Welcome in on the red carpet. Can you imagine? All right. So if you are like blessed and you have, make sure you click on the follow button. As a matter of fact, if you don't click on the follow button, we are not going to answer you. We're not going to answer. Oh, sorry guys, I need to pick up this call quickly. That's family. Fucking Fidelis, latest millionaire in town. Awesome. Any other person still seated there? Sorry, but I needed to pick up family. Welcome in on the YouTube side. Make sure you click on the subscribe button if you have not done that. Welcome in. We have both the TikTok and the YouTube channel right here on the other side. My YouTube is Money Talk with Dr. Lina. IG is also Money Talk with Dr. Lina. It's the same name, the same picture. I don't have a backup account, so if anybody comes and follows you, that's not Dr. Lina. If anybody, is representing as they have the picture and all of that, it's not me, okay? So make sure you click on the follow button now so you know you have the right Dr. Lina. So IE savings account is just a regular bank account. The only difference is that one bank decides to give you $0.01, 0.1%, and the other bank is giving you what? It's giving you about 3 to 5%. That's the difference. The same level of risk, the same, so you bear the same risk, the same class of account. Nothing is different. It's just that one decides to give you a higher interest rate, and one decides to say, to hell with you. I don't care. I'm too big, right? That's the Bank of America. Exactly. That's the best way to describe it. Swampers, exactly the latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Awesome. So now, what do you do also? You tell them, F you, okay? You cannot treat me just the same way I tell people you cannot work on me in my life, okay? Right? You'll be patient with me, okay? I'm not picking on you, blessed, okay? Right? That's the same way. You tell him it's my money. You cannot work on. I tell where my money goes. So you take your money and you take it to a SoFi. You take it to a Capital One. You take it to, all these other ones that are giving you about 3 to 5%, okay? And I do have the latest Swampies and who else again? Leah and who else? Latest millionaire in town. All right. I'm not affiliated with anyone, right? Now, let me teach you I teach you to fish. So I just said that, right? Let me teach you. Now, you are not in the United States, but this is also available in Canada, in UK, in so many countries. As a matter of fact, it's available in Africa. And what if I tell you the one in Africa is even crazy? Because I know. I know, okay? Right? I know, okay? Because a lot of times these banks mimics the inflation. So in Africa, inflation is at double digits. In the United States, inflation is at 4.2. You should actually know inflation. What is inflation in your country? You need to know what is inflation rate in your country, and it's public data. You will know what inflation is. The last time I checked, inflation in the United States is at, yes. So all you have to do is go online, Google right now, take another gadget, Google best high yield savings account. Okay? High yield savings account in July 2026. And if somebody can type it, that would be great. Then put your country. So I'm in the United States. So I'll put best high yield savings account. Okay, you can just even put this, it will recognize it. In July 2026, right? Yeah, can we stop talking about SoFi, okay? Except you are actually, you actually work with SoFi and you're trying to, because we're not affiliated. Thank you so much. But also put your country, okay? Put your country right there. Jaconia, I know that you love SoFi so much, but there's some people that do not even like online bank. SoFi is an online bank. Some people cannot stomach online bank, okay? They want to walk into a bank. Like it has to be a building. So the reason why I give you the entire list, let's see if my iPad would decide to charge today. Let's see if Dr. Lina was good. Hey, and Dr. Lina charged iPad today. So let me show you. So it seems that we have a lot of people interested. Click on the follow button if you are new here. Click on the follow button. Let's welcome you properly. All right. So let's say best high yield savings account. Okay. Let's say maybe I have it. Best high yield savings account. Okay. Now he decides not to. So, but we get the drift. The best IU savings account in July 2026, and then you put your country, okay? You did not indicate your country. Fortune Daily, okay. So far is just one at 4%. Yeah, please, can you stop talking about SoFi, okay? Can we put it? All right? Yeah. So let us best IU savings account in your country, because some countries don't have SoFi. SoFi is United States, okay? SoFi is in United States, and we have Capital One. SoFi doesn't have a SoFi does not have a okay. So this is it. Best IU savings account in, so this is what you're, it's just a little bit slow. That's my country, okay? We have 60 countries represented here. At least 60 countries represented in 11 days. So we have way more. This is a global community rather than this is a global community, right? Credit union offers 10%. Where? I don't agree with that. Okay, let's not start calling. Do we get it? Best IU savings account in 2026. All right, but then put your country behind it, right? You would see a list of country. Yeah, this is best IU savings account. Best high yield savings account. Put the month, okay, in July. All right, so it's taking, okay, so let's see. I like the net wallet. So because I'm in the UK and because I'm in the US, that's why I'm actually putting US, so you can check it. So if you can see, there's Capital One. What you need to make sure is, if they are giving, this is Capital One is giving 3%. So you can do the same thing for your country. Just swap it from the US to the UK. There is E-Trade. There is there's still some that is up there. That's this iPad. It's just so slow. Not sure what's going on with it. I think I need to do some downloads. CIT is here, giving you 4.10. That's even higher, right? There's 4%. E-Trade is there. Make sure that it is FDIC insured, whatever you're going to. But I don't bank with Capital One. You don't have to. You just go there and open the account. If you bank with Capital One, there's checking with Capital One. Make sure you're opening an high yield savings account. Okay? I'm just putting it, best IU savings account in July 2026. Put your country behind it, right? If I go on Canada right now, if I say Canada, you'll see that it's going to be different, okay? That's why here I teach you how to fish in Canada. Let's put Canada here. I teach you so that you can figure it out. Remember, we have so many. So best IU savings account in Canada, when it's coming through. I don't live in Canada, right? It says there's BMO, our PICS, BMO savings amplifier. So for those in Canada, CIBC Advantage savings account, right? Simply Financial give you about 4.6%. Tangerine gives you about 4.5%. Can you see? Even Canada is even higher. Core gives you about 3.5%. Make sure that CIBC 4.6%. So my Canadians in the house, that's it. If you are in the UK, do the same thing. You are in Belgium, you are in Africa, you are in Nigeria, or you are, right? Let's even see if you can see that. So just go online, but that's not the teaching for the day. Thank you so much for the roses, right? Thank you so much for that. Get your daily admin so I can open it online without, absolutely, right? Any other question? Do we get it? Do we get it? Do we get IU savings account? But the only money that we put in there is what? We only put our emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of living expenses. That's what goes into it. All right. That's the second account. Any question? We get it. All right. Because real estate is for the day. We are just doing a recap. And because we don't leave any soldier behind. And as a matter of fact, you'll be seated here 2 minutes. Let's click on the follow button. If you have been seated, yes, 2 minutes. Let's welcome you. Triggered, latest millionaire in town. And for all of the OGs, you've already clicked on the follow button. Let's get our daily at me. The Vesco, latest millionaire in town as well. Welcome in. If you're new, click on the follow button. Welcome in. We want to welcome you properly on the red carpet of the $1 Million League, the latest millionaires in town. I wish I'd known earlier. You don't need to wish. Today is a better day. Just do it right now, okay? And if you're not gotten, for everyone, let's get our daily at me. Let's get our daily at me, right? Get our daily at me. Let's fill it up. Let's get our daily at me. All the OGs in the house, get your daily at me, okay? Let's make it the habit of getting the daily at me. It costs you 1 penny, okay? 1 penny, and you become a fan. Awesome. And if you are new here, keep dropping it. Click on that follow button so that we can welcome you. Blessed the latest fan in the house. Okay, we need to find a name for the latest, the people getting their daily at me. Welcome in, welcome in. We have 108 people. Do we say that all people that are here, they've already clicked on the follow button? If you have not, I know we are moving fast. You just joined and you're wondering what's going on and all of that, right? And you found HIE service account. Click on that follow button. Mr. Larry and Merit King, latest millionaire in town. That's how you do it. You don't hang on the window. This is the $1 Million League, the community of millionaires, right? People that want to get to that $1 million status. That is what we are, right? People that want to get to the $1 million status, okay? Or you are already a millionaire, right? Some of us are already millionaires here, and we're just trying to become a multi-millionaire in dollars. That's about, in some countries, that's about 1.5 billion. All right, so let's make it clear, okay? So in case your shoulder is at, I have 1 million whatever, calm down. We're talking about in dollars, okay? American dollars, because there are different types of dollars as well. All right, yes, exactly. So make sure you click on the follow button. Omolara, cause how are you doing? Make sure you share out the live. Thank you for sharing out the live. Let's keep tapping out. The goal is to get to 50,000 taps. Get your all. Let's get our daily at me. Let's get our daily at me. Let's keep it going. So the second account, the first account is your income account. Second account is for you. Hey, thank you. Second account is your first account is your income account. Second account is your high yield savings account. Okay, which is the one we just talked about, and you only put your emergency fund. That's the seeker, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. That's the second account. The third account you need to have is what? Your bills account. Okay, your bills account, your monthly bills. If you don't understand anything, please ask now, because I know that some people, we are moving really fast because we are doing a recap. If you do not understand anything, ask. Okay, ask. Don't be ashamed to say, oh, you know what, I don't know, maybe it's not for. Ask, drop the question in the comments and we will try to address it. All right, so the third just joining in from Italy. Oh, Italy was number between 1 and 10. Davisco, welcome in. Awesome. Yeah, we'll do a recap tomorrow because but just continue, just go with the flow. We're talking about the 4 account system, $0 to $1 million. It's a nice system journey. This is step number 4. Set your account for account system. Okay, the first account is your income account. It's a distribution center. Remember to also click on the follow button if you have not done that, right? The first account is your income account. The second account is your emergency fund, which is high yield savings account, right? You need to put your high yield savings account because it has to be liquid and it has to be growing. The third account that you need to have is your bills account and your lifestyle account. So your your monthly expenses and all of that. If you want to make it better, have a credit card linked to it. Why? It's going to save you in a case of fraud, right? If a fraud is on your account, if you use your debit card, there's fraud, it messes up your finances, right? It could, yeah, right? Because if you have your account to the T, what you realize is that you would realize that, okay, you are building, you realize that $3,000 is your bills. That $3,000 you cannot go beyond. So if anything happens to your account, what's going to happen? Okay, what is going to happen? What's going to happen is that you realize that you messed up your account for the month. right? But if you use a credit card, if there's a fraud on your card, you just tell it's not my money. That's it. You move on. They give you it is not me, and they clear you. That's where you. So credit card is not totally bad. It's the misuse of it that is bad. And I'm going to pause right now because we need to start tapping out this live for real. Let's get it to. We need to tap out the live. You've been sitting there for a minute or two. Click on the follow button. We want to welcome you. And we got our avatar. We have the community avatar. Yes, if you can also fill up that would be great. That would be great. You do all of this in the follow to follow. This is something that is even life changing for you, right? And if you're new here, right, life changing for you, click on the follow button, tap out the live, get your daily at me. Let's do what we do. Let's share out the live. So let's do that. Thank you all so much. Let's share out the live. Let's do repost as well. You're new, click on that follow button. Get your daily at me. Let's welcome you. Let's welcome you and grain you. Beauty, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Welcome in. Okay. Awesome. Jala, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in as well. Welcome in. So the third account, and if you keep dropping, I would welcome in. Bullet, how are you doing? Remember to get your daily at me. Awesome. What was it? So the third account is your bills account, regular monthly expenses. First is your income account. 2 is emergency fund account, which is your IU service account. 3 is your bills account. The last one is your wealth account. The wealth account is super important because that's the only one that builds you wealth, as it says, right? And it's split into 4 different accounts, which leads us to number 5. You have to take care of your future, which is your retirement. Right? So you need to make sure that you're putting money away for your future where you cannot take those double shifts. Nearest millionaire in town or some billionaire in town. That is great, right? So retirement, take care of your retirement. A time will come, you cannot do that 8-hour shift, talk more of double shifts of 48 hours, 24 hours that you're doing. So what's going to show up for you at that point is going to be how much you have in your retirement, how much you have invested, okay? And what are the 4 accounts? If you're United States 401k, Roth IRA, and of course 401k, Roth IRA, HSA, and of course your brokerage account. All right. So those are the 4. That's that one. If you're not in the United States, put money in your pension. If you're in the UK, there's ISA, there's TFSA, they're all tax advantage account. So do your Roth IRA, right? All of those things. Make sure you take care of your future. Now, the last, brokerage account is for your present, okay? Zaddy. Brokerage, you are very, very on point. 401k is with your employer. Make sure that it is the one that your employer matches. If employer matches 3%, that's all that we're doing. If your employer matches 4%, that's it. You don't put 12%. I see that and I tell people you are making a mistake because that money is going to be taxed. Okay, it's going to be taxed with the growth at your retirement, and you'll be so surprised that, oh my goodness, maybe you are seeing $1 million or you are seeing 500,000 in your retirement account right now. What if I tell you that it might just be 300,000 that will get to you, or 350,000? So don't put all, but if you put it in Roth, you put it in ISA, you put it in TFSA, those are tax advantage account. It's taxed when you put it in, but it's not taxed when you're taking it out. All right, so it grows, it's not being taxed. So it's 7,500 in the United States. Check what it is in your country, put money there, max it out every year. You become millionaires through that means. The other thing is your brokerage account. This is for your present. It is for your present. All right, all right. So thank you so much for sharing out the live. And if you're new here, make sure you click on the follow button. Yeah, we take care of things that it's not adding value to us, okay, or look suspicious. All right, so make sure you have your brokerage account. People make Dr. Glor, welcome in, latest millionaire in town. Now the thing about it, people make that mistake. They put all their investment. A lot of people in the middle class, the 2 accounts they have savings accounts, and then they have 401k, and they'll say, oh, you know what, I'm okay. But guess what? you're not building wealth. That's why people work to 65 and they still have financial struggle, right? So you want to make sure that you have the one for emergency. You want to make sure that you have the one in your brokerage account that is going to grow. Your 401k is just the only thing that it benefits you is employer is matching. So that's 100% return on your money. That is the benefit, and then it grows. That's it. But you need to have the brokerage account. The next business you want to buy real estate is not sitting in one savings account. It sits in a brokerage account. You invest it, and then once you're ready to buy that property, thank you so much for the roses, right? Once you're ready to start buying your properties, or you want to do the next business, you take the money from the investment. It's not that the money is just sitting somewhere, not doing anything, or it's locked away in your 401k. Now you have tried to figure out where to get money. That happens a lot. Okay, that happens a lot. All right, thank you all for tapping out. Let's keep tapping out the light, sharing out the light. So it leads us to the next thing. We've talked about retirement account. We talked about your brokerage account. We talked about the 4-account system. Now number 6 is what you need to put your money. You need to invest. The first kind. Now we are going on the investment phase. You need to invest. Where do you invest? ETF. What is ETF? If you know ETF, if you do not know any ETF, those that do not know ETF, put ETF in the comment. If you know ETF, you know what ETF is, do not put it in the comment. Those that do not know what ETF is, drop it in the comment now. Okay. What's the first stage? First stage, search for account system. That's the fourth stage. Set up the 4-account system, beauty exposure, Roland. Okay, I'm reading. We want to know ETF. You don't know what ETF is. You want to learn about it. You don't know what it is. Drop it in the comments. Only people that don't know it. Only 4 people. All right. Maybe if you have for those people that just dropped ETF, click on the follow button if you have not done that, because it shows that you are new here. I want to make sure that if you are impacting, we make sure that, okay, those people are committed. If you have to go back at all, we need to make sure they're all committed. You don't know, right? Click on that follow button if you have not done so. Let's make sure that ETF, click on that plus sign, okay? Right? So we know that if you are going back at all, we need to make sure that these are people that are committed to this community and are ready. If you can, get your daily at me. Tap out the live. Olive. Awesome. You don't know ETF, drop it in the comment now. I do not know. Just say ETF and say no more. That's why we're here. Right? That's why you followed. Awesome. Okay? Awesome. Thank you so much for getting that daily at me. Okay, victory at last. Latest millionaire in town. Olive, coffee lover, Roland, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. You don't know, beauty exposure. Thank you so much for the roses, guys. Thank you so much. Beauty exposure, awesome. Click on the follow button if you haven't. And let's keep getting our daily admin. Let's not forget to get our daily admin. Let's get our daily admin. You don't know how to go about it. You can just click on here. It shows that you're a fan of this community. It just shows, and you also get 30 points back. When you do roses, you get 1 point back. When you do daily at me, you get 30 points back. Big return on investment. That's why I always, thank you so much. Our avatar is also absolutely beautiful. Daily at me give you 30 points back. Keep dropping it. ETF. We're just waiting. We want to make sure that everyone, thank you so much I love that avatar. Nama, latest millionaire in town. Any other millionaire still sitting on the window, peeping through the window? I'm like, what are they talking about there? Okay, it sounds interesting. Okay, come through the front. Park your car get your car on the valet section. Drive it there. Get on the red carpet. Let's welcome you properly, right? This is your community. This is the community of people that aspire to become a millionaire in dollars, and people that are already millionaires. So let's welcome you. You are as wealthy as the association that you keep. Okay, there's a reason why I call people out when I say millionaire. There's power of life and death in the tongue. You already know I'm a Jesus baby, so you know, right? So that's the one. But we also execute, right? because God also wants us to do that. Okay. Okay, so it's not going to come from heaven. All right. Awesome. So for people that don't know, ETF is simply exchange traded funds. Put it in the comments. Exchange traded funds. That's ETF. What does that mean? It's a fund that is exchanged and traded. A fund that is exchanged and traded. Basically, what does that mean in plain English? Whenever you buy SW, latest millionaire in town. Awesome. Most of the time, whenever you invest in the stock market, right? Whenever you want to buy shares of a company. So let's talk about, let's say you want to, Amazon is pretty popular, or let's talk about Netflix, because you are always watching Netflix, right? Instead of you are paying every single month for that Netflix, right? Every single month you are paying for Netflix, right? But you can actually own Netflix. How? You can buy shares of Netflix. How much do you need? Even with $1, you can start buying shares of Netflix. And as a matter of fact, if that's not what you are doing before, every single thing that you use a lot, always think about it. How can I be the owner of that thing? Move from being a consumer. You love Amazon delivery on your door, Uber Eats, right? All those things. Then invest in that company. As a matter of fact, if you make it for every $100 that I spend in Uber or I spend in Starbucks, I am going to buy the equivalent of the value, right? Or invest equivalent. You will see that you will find yourself getting, financially free. Ownership is where ownership category, and I'm going to show you a video. You want to stick to the end, whereby you would realize that ownership, when you own, right, that is when you actually build wealth. Uber, latest millionaire in town. When you own, that is when you actually build wealth, right? When you consume, you are just a consumer. Unfortunately, most of our middle class people or professional, we are consumers. We prefer to buy a Gucci shirt for $1,000, but instead of you buying that Gucci, why not just use the 1,000 to invest in Gucci, right? Salifu, latest millionaire in town. All right, okay. Millionaires and wealthy, right? Upper class, they put their money into investment. We middle class and working class, most of the time we've put our money into consumption. And that's why we are there's whatever is happening, right? Paycheck to paycheck. So this is an investment. You can invest in Netflix, right? Now how much do you need to you use to buy $1? So you can buy fractional shares of Netflix. Netflix is one. Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Nvidia. Call any names of companies, right? So far it's publicly traded. You can Costco, right? Aldi? I don't know if right. Caterpillar. All of those companies can actually be traded. I mean, you can buy with $1. You can start investing. Dr. Lina, I don't have money to invest. $1, you can start investing. Now, let's assume that, for instance, everybody decides to boycott Netflix and Netflix goes down, just like, BlackBerry, that happened to BlackBerry. Remember the days of BlackBerry, right? Where's BlackBerry today? Nobody talks about BlackBerry, okay? Now, let's assume something happened. Before now, there was a red box, right? Is it red box or something? Where people rent the CD and all of that. Where is it? Nobody does that now. Everybody does Netflix, right? So let's assume there's a better technology, right? That is even better, that it's going to be free, right? Think about it, free version of Netflix. Everybody, and it's going to give you the same thing as Netflix. Everybody's going to drop Netflix. What's going to happen to the price of Netflix if that happens? A free version of Netflix comes to play, and it's solid, it's even better because it's AI powered, right? What is going to happen to the shares of Netflix? I'm not saying it's happening, we're just saying hypothetically. I know that people like free. What's going to happen to the price of Netflix, guys? Put it in the comments. What do you think is going to happen to the shares of Netflix? So you've invested $1,000 in Netflix, and the scenario that I just talked about, a free version of Netflix comes to play. What is going to happen to the shares? Or that your 1,000, what's going to happen? Guys, drop it in the comment. We're moving really fast, guys. It will drop, okay? Thank you so much, Alexa. Okay, who else? Who thinks it's going to... I wasn't here from the beginning. How can I go from about, please, Okay, that's what. Just stick around. We're just starting about ETF. Just start with ETF. The price is going to drop. Only two people, guys. One of the things that we do here, you have to engage, right? Otherwise, we're going to be. It will drop. Thank you so much, Ellen Long. You need to put it in the comments, right? It has to. Jan Veer, latest millionaire. Okay. All right. Okay, if you want us to move quickly, you need to respond. Thank you so much. So the price is going to drop. Now, when the price drop, what that means is that your $1, your $1,000 is also going to reduce in value. That's what it means. That's your impact, your bottom line. How does it impact your bottom line? That's how it impacts your bottom line, because your 1,000 is going to be $0 or $500, which is going to pinch you, like it's pinching some people with SpaceX right now. All right. Okay, so that's only nice, right? Now, how then do you edge again? Because then this risk exists, right? There's a risk in the stock market, which is the reason why people are not investing. But they only forget that when the money is even in the bank, inflation is at 4.2, so there's a standard 4.2 loss guaranteed, right? So now, how do you edge against that inflation or the risk in the market? You drop that. Let's assume you now drop the Netflix in here. Now we have Google, we have Microsoft, we have Nvidia, we have Bank of America, we have Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson. We have all those solid 500 or maybe 100 companies in here. If the price of Netflix drops, right? In this is scenario one, right? The initial scenario. But the price of Netflix still drops. But Netflix is not in this bunch. Which one is going to make a bigger impact in terms of loss? When it's just this one, right? Just Netflix alone, or Netflix with every other? Which one is going to be loss impact? Where is it going to be more prevalent? When it's just Netflix, who else? Who doesn't? Who feels that? Who else? Who else? Okay. Who else? You think that when it's in this basket? Okay, just Netflix. Okay. So who else? I just want to make sure that we understand. If you don't understand, also indicate it. So this basket that you see right here. This is a whole basket of it. This is ETF. ETF is just simply basket of stocks. That's ETF. So instead of you doing individual stocks, you are doing a whole basket. What does it help you to do? He helps you with diversification. He helps you to manage your risk. So your fear is, oh, I don't want to lose my money in the stock market. Just like Dr. Lina lost 99,000. That is when I got on board. I started doing ETF. That's what I am teaching you, because these has brought me hundreds of thousands of dollars. When I did this, I have lost 99,000, because you don't know tomorrow. Something can happen. Even the best of the companies. I gave BlackBerry as an example. Whoever thought BlackBerry would, iPhone would take over BlackBerry, or even Samsung will be better than BlackBerry. Whoever believes so. Where is the Nokia today? Okay, so that's just the same thing. But I hope you know that all of those companies are actually stocks in the in the stock market. Nokia still exists. BlackBerry still exists. Okay, and the price at some point it was $110. And at some point, it's now $202, right? How did I know? Because I bought BlackBerry. So imagine you buy $110 and it got to $2. Now it's back at $11. But think about it. That's the risk with the stock market. Yes, exactly. This risk with the stock market. But if I put that same money and I put it as a bunch, and there was Amazon, there's Microsoft, there's Netflix, there's Procter & Gamble in that basket. Even if it dropped from $110 to $2, the impact would not have been so grave as, when I bought it as an individual stock. So that's what ETF helps you to do. Do we understand? Do we understand what ETF is right now? Do we understand? Okay, let me know yes or no. Okay, welcome in. If you're new here, make sure you click on the follow button. Click on that follow button. If you're new here, click on the plus sign. You understand now? Robin, latest millionaire in town. So ETF, you buy it like stocks, really. You buy it like stocks, but it helps you to manage your risk, okay? Right? Most of the time, and we have thousands of ETF. A lot of time people think that, oh, this is about United States. No, no, no. You can buy ETF in your country. Okay, so far you can buy stocks in your country, you can buy ETF, you can buy the one for your country, you can buy the one in the United States, right? You can buy from your country and invest in the United States. You can buy the one in your own country as well. It's a function of what is in that ETF and who manages that ETF. Thank you all for tapping out the live. Remember to get your daily at me. Let's get our daily at me if you have not done that. And if you've been sitting here for more than 2 minutes, and we have not filled up typically we should be having at least 20 to, I mean, if we are having thousands of people come through this live, we're having 300 followers on a daily, 200, 300 followers on a daily basis, then we should also be getting at least 30%, if not 20% of that daily admin. Let's do the habit of getting a daily admin. It's one penny, but of course, you get 30 points. It shows that you're a fan of this community. So let's get a daily admin if you have not done that. Is there anything, the AI cybersecurity? What does that? Is there anything like AI cybersecurity? Absolutely. I teach AI cybersecurity. I teach that living crown. Okay. Jaji Silla, welcome in latest millionaire in town. And you'll be sitting here, right? You'll be sitting here, and you've not clicked on the follow button. Robin, latest millionaire in town as well. Welcome in. Thank you all for getting your daily at me. Awesome. It costs you 1 penny, but you get 30 points back. So do we understand ETF now? Okay. There's definitely AI cybersecurity. The person that asked that question, I actually teach that. There's also Dr. O that was here. He's a chief information security officer. He also teaches that in college. So, it's a good one. Instead of you doing cybersecurity, you want to do AI cybersecurity. Awesome. Any question on ETF? Any question? Now let's go to real estate. If you don't have any question, right, I would assume that we all understand what ETF is. ETF is exchange traded funds, a basket of stocks, right? And how do you buy it? You buy it from the stock market, not from Walmart. Okay, you go to the investment side and get it from the stock market, right? You open a brokerage account, you can put it in your Roth IRA, you can have it in your regular brokerage account, you can open it in your country, right? But guys, it seems that people do not understand. I feel it. If you do not understand, put I do not understand. All right, but if you do not put it, then I would assume that we know. Okay, that's why I asked the question. If you understand, say yes, like Vanguard, exactly. Fidelity, all right, Robinhood, right? If you're in Canada, like Wealth Simple. If you're in the UK, Trading 212. If you're in Africa, there's Bamboo, right? Open the account and start funding it, okay? Fund it and start buying the ETF, okay? Any question? You do not understand, okay, right? Salio, ETF, and who else does not understand before we move forward? I will just quickly wrap it up in here, and then tomorrow I will go me, okay? You do not understand, okay, perfect, awesome. What we'll do is ETF, I would need to sit and spend like at least 1 hour to teach you. All right, but I'm going to show you, Alexa, you've not clicked on the follow button all along. And you've been... The first is, when you come in somewhere, click on the follow button, get your daily and we tap out the live. Any other person sitting here without not clicking the plus sign, I know that you did not mean it. You got in and you see that, oh, this is really hot, right? Click on that plus sign. Let me give you a minute. Let's breathe. Right, we have been going really fast. Click on that follow button if you have not done. Speak on Bamboo. That's just a brokerage account. There's nothing to Bamboo. Like, I don't know it. Bamboo is just like a brokerage account. But you wanted to be sure 2 minutes is enough, okay, Alexa? 2 minutes is enough. That's why you're Alexa, right? Alexa, give me what is the weather today? Right? Is there any other people like Alexa that is waiting, wanting to be sure? Click on that follow button, okay? All right. ETF is a basket of stocks. Again, basket of stocks. This is ETF, right? Okay, let me answer quickly. On Bamboo, is just a brokerage account, just like your bank account, but on the investment side. It's is on your bank side, okay? It's on your bank side. Just like your bank account is on your bank side, there's the investment account, the brokerage account on your investment side. Because whenever you want to buy ETF, you're not buying, you can't buy it from your bank account, you can't buy it from the store, not Walmart, not super whatever, not restaurant, not, you buy it on the stock market, okay? And how do you buy it from the stock market? You are going to be opening a brokerage account, okay? Now, what are you going to be buying? You can either buy individual stock, that is you owning a part of a company. Coca-Cola is a company, right? Coca-Cola, we all drink soda. Coca-Cola, we all drink it. Now, you can buy a portion of Coca-Cola, right, with $1, with whatever amount. But instead of you buying individual of Coca-Cola, right, $100, you have $100. Instead of buying individual stock of Coca-Cola, you are buying a whole basket of Coca-Cola. I mean, a whole basket of multiple stock, not just Coca-Cola. There's Amazon, there's Uber, there's Bank of America, there's different, all of the different inside this basket, right? Now, for somebody manages this fund for you, they've managed it, okay? It's available and it's traded on the stock exchange. It's traded on your country stock exchange. It's traded in the United States Stock Exchange, the New York Stock Exchange, the same way, right? Now, crate of Coca-Cola. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Now, it's a basket, not a not a. This is not all Coca-Cola. There are different companies like Netflix, like I said earlier. They are all in this basket because you don't want to put your eggs in one basket. When Coca-Cola is, I put all my eggs in one basket, right? The ETF is, I'm not putting my eggs in one basket. I am putting so many stocks, right? I'm not putting my, you are investing just with one, you are trading in so many stocks at the same time, not just drinks. It could be anything. It could be anything. Netflix is not a drink, okay? Different things can be in there. Caterpillar, banks are in there. Different companies are in there, all right? Different companies are inside this basket of ETF, right? Let me bring it to life. Real one. S&P 500. S&P 500 is top 500 companies in the United States. So we have companies like Microsoft, Google, Nvidia inside that basket, okay? And because we have those companies in there, what's going to happen is that if one stock goes down, what's going to happen? The stock of the other ones that are doing well, it's going to help you. So you are not going to lose your money. It's almost impossible for you to lose your money, all right? Because it helps you to minimize the risk. Mrs. Jallo, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. So that's what ETF helps you to do. So you are buying it like stocks. But the only thing is that whenever you make a singular trade, you are buying everything. You're buying so many stocks at the same time, and then your return is an average of all of those stocks. Okay, so that is the better. That's ETF for you. All right. But you want to come back tomorrow, make sure you click on the follow button, turn on notification bell. So tomorrow I'm going to have to break it down. Okay, I'm going to have to break it down. USA, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Just look for your favorite broker for open account with them. And yeah, it's so easy to say it like that, but a lot of people do not even know exactly what you just said. Okay, Opera, latest millionaire in town. Awesome. So we'll talk about it tomorrow. Trust me, I've been teaching this for a couple of months now. People don't even know even what is. So we have to go back. What is even investing? All right. So ETF is the next thing. Now, the next thing, what sort of other investment do we talk about? Real estate. And I'm going to quickly show you. Why are we talking about this investment? Why is it? Remember, it's 0 to a million. So ETF is number 6. Number 7 is invest in real estate, right? Invest in real estate. Why do we specifically pick ETF and real estate? Why? Because guess what? We follow what? We follow the millionaires, the multi-millionaires wealth blueprint. So we follow the multi-millionaires wealth blueprint. You can check the same thing. Where does the multi-millionaire, where do they put their money? Where do they put their money? And you would see it there. There is going to be emergency fund. There's going to be ETF. There will be real estate. So go, when you have a minute, get on Google and check it. That's where the number 7 real estate is coming from. So yesterday, I think I taught, I'm going to wipe up this board. We're going to real estate. Yesterday, I showed you ETF real estate. Our real estate, yes, ETFs will give you solid return between 10 to 15%. And that's why I said tomorrow you want to make sure you come back so that we can spend more time on ETF. Okay, I'm going to use rule of 72, but for the purpose of the people that have been here all along and are just waiting for the real estate, I'm going to be going straight to that real estate, and we're going to quickly talk about the 7th step, because yeah, available for a video call. What is that? Queen Lucy, if you want to schedule a one-on-one, you can schedule a one-on-one if that's what you're asking. You can schedule a one-on-one. It's one-on-one Zoom call. You'll find the link in my bio, right? It is not free though, okay? So you find the link in my bio. It is the one-on-one wealth consultation. So if you want a personalized consultation, which I highly recommend for a lot of people, especially if you are building well, make sure you get that one-on-one consultation. It's going to be on Zoom. Muteba, latest millionaire in town. And oh, let me also put a disclaimer. Please, if there's somebody that comes to reach out to you or tries to follow you, it's not Dr. Lina. Maybe they have said, oh, join this WhatsApp group or whatever. It's not me. When they tell you there's a Telegram group, that's not me. They have my picture, they can even have a few of my content on their page. They are just miscreants trying to look like Dr. Lina. They can even tell you it's my Dr. Lina's backup account. I'm one of the team of I'm a team member of Dr. Lina. This one, do you want? It is not Dr. Lina. This is my only account, okay? And this is my only account. So if you are still seated there and you have not clicked on the follow button, click on it right now, so you know you have the right Dr. Lina right here, right now. And we are not tapping out the live. We are still at 24,000. Can we get it to the goal is for us to get to 50,000. We've also not met our goal for the day, for the daily at me. Let's get our daily at me. Let's also look at the gift gallery. Go Populars help this life. You do all these things in your in what's it called, follow to follow group, all those gossip, whatever. This is way more something that is actually changing your finances. So do it here. All those gifting, do it here, okay? Because the reason why we say that is that you are pushing us on the FYP. That's the only language the algorithm understands. Get your daily at me. If you have not done that, you'll be sitting here for more than 2 minutes. Click on the follow button, okay? Click on the follow button. We want to make sure that you are not BOT. Also, we want to welcome you properly as the millionaire that you are. This is the $1 million community. This is the $1 million league. Communities of people that aspire to become a millionaire. Or you're already a millionaire in dollars, by the way. Your goal is to expand to multi-millionaire. The other day, somebody just crossed $500,000. Okay? His Majesty, latest millionaire in town. On the red carpet of the $1 million league. Welcome in, His Majesty. Awesome. Welcome in. So the next thing we're talking about, number 7, remember, is a 9-step journey. It's a 9-step journey, 0 to becoming a millionaire. We've already talked about number 6. Number 7 is for you to invest in real estate. There's a reason why we talk about real estate, okay? There's a reason why we talk about real estate, because real estate is going to make the journey of the wealth building, it's going to make it quicker for you. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to have to pause the live and we're going to reset, because it seems that we're just sitting, okay? Are we still locked in? If you're locked in, type locked in. If you are locked in, if you want us to end the live, you can also end the live here and continue later. Are we locked in? Because it seems we need to reset the live. We're not tapping out the live. We're not sharing out the live. Can we tap out the live? Let's get it to 30,000 taps. Let's get it to 30,000 taps, and let's get it to 30 shares. Tapping is you tap the screen. Let's get it. Let's reset the life. Let's get it to 30,000 taps. And of course, how do we share? Press my forehead on the screen. You would see your contact. Let's share with them. It shows that you're finding value. Remember, what we're doing here is a financial freedom drive all through this July. It ends by the end of July, right? And you probably will see less of me, okay? So take advantage of this. People pay thousands of dollars to learn whatever you're learning for free right now. That's courtesy of the financial freedom drive. What are we trying to do? We're trying to reduce crime. How are we doing that? We're trying to educate people, right? It's financial education so that you can gain financial freedom. And that's going to help reduce poverty. Poverty and crime, they are brothers and sisters, and that's what we're trying to reduce, okay? So if you are seated here, right, it's okay. You've waited here 1 minute, 2 minutes, right? Click on the follow button. Otherwise, it's okay for you to scroll. This is not for everybody. Some people do not naturally want to become a millionaire. I wouldn't know why though. Because money ends it. Money actually gives you options. Money gives you options. So if your goal is to gain financial freedom, make sure you click on that follow button. Robert and Cap, latest millionaire in town. And whenever we ask you to tap, it's for two things. You are helping us to achieve the goal of this movement, which is financial freedom. Okay, that's what you are helping us to do. Project 007, latest millionaire in town. That's what you're helping us. When you tap out the life, when you share out the life, when you gift this, when we help us to meet our goals, the gift registry, when you help us to achieve that, you do that in other lights, right? Why does it come to education, right? Things that changes your life and we hold back. We take it in, we'll take all the notes and then we walk away. We don't do that. You also invest in the community. Help us to achieve our goal, and while we also help you with gain financial freedom with financial education. So let's do that. If you are sitting here, you've waited 2 minutes, and as a matter of fact, I know some of us do not, I mean, there's no reason. Maybe you just forgot to click on the follow button. Click on that follow button now. Otherwise, it's okay for you to also scroll past. It is not for everybody. It's not, like I said, not everybody wants to gain financial freedom. Some people just like sufferhead. Yeah, but definitely not the. So we need serious-minded people. Okay. So click on the follow button. Tap out the live. If you've done that, get your daily at me. You would see, get your pen and paper ready. Click on the tap out the live, share out the live as well. Fill up the gift gallery if you can. Go popular to help this live as well. So let's do that. And once we get to 30,000 taps, we'll continue. We continue or we don't continue. So we're going to be talking about real estate. As a matter of fact, when I started learning real estate, when I learned real estate, I paid $1,000 about 14, 15 years ago. And that has built me millions of dollars, okay? If you're just meeting me for the first time, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology. My day job is vice president of technology. I'm also a professor teaching AI, cybersecurity, deep learning, and information management system. That's because I have my master's and my doctorate in strategic business and information management system. But then my background, my bachelor's is economics. So I'm an economist and also a chartered accountant. So with all of this, right, vice president income, professor income, right, I still did not gain financial freedom because I was saving my money. I was putting it in the bank and it was giving me 0.01 return. All right, 0.01 return, meaning I signed that my money is going to double in 7,200 years. Okay, so that's what I basically signed. And until I started doing was start investing, and I started investing in something called ETF, exchange traded funds. I put my money in individual stock, IBs, and all of those things. I lost 99,000, and then I figured out where the multimillionaires, where they put their money, which is ETF, real estate, businesses, and that is when it started building me hundreds of thousands and millions, okay, in dollars. So if that is what you're looking for, because you might be working hard, right, and not be working smart, okay, right? So if this is what you're looking for, gaining financial freedom, getting to the $1 million status, right? Stop sitting on the window. Come in. Let's welcome you properly. But it's okay if you've waited here 1-2 minutes. It looks like what you're looking for. You want to learn anything of this. click on the follow button. Otherwise, it's okay for you to scroll, right? Because we want to make sure that we have serious-minded people. People are ready to change their finances. That's what are the people that we want right here. And we're on number 7. We're talking about, we started a series, 0 to a $1 million status, the exact plan. Once we get to 30,000 taps, we'll continue the class on investing. What is the meaning of full ETF? I mentioned it earlier, exchange traded funds. That's what it is, exchange traded funds. That is ETF. And that's what we talked about, a basket of stocks instead of individual stocks. Okay, thank you all for tapping out the light, getting your daily at me, sharing up the live. Of course, repost is also very helpful. Go popular is helpful. It's going to help us to land on the FYP. Okay, that's what it's going to help us to do. We land on the FYP, more people. We're changing life when more people come in here and we're going to learn. 200 people, the same effort that it takes to teach 60 people is what it takes to teach 100, 200 people. 200 people or even 1,000 people. Help us achieve our goal, financial freedom drive, helping others, right? Whenever you tap out that live, you share out that live. Thank you so much, getting your daily at me. Yeah, awesome. Whenever you do that, Lucy, the latest millionaire in town, awesome. Thank you so much, Olebs, filling up the gift gallery with that millionaire avatar. Awesome. Thank you so much for doing that. Awesome. And of course, get the roses are also on the gift gallery. If we can meet all of that, when we meet all those goals, it helps us to land on the FYP. Awesome. Let's keep doing that. We definitely do that in lives that doesn't have value. And we are about to go on the next thing on the real estate. What is the entire 9 steps whenever you are buying real estate? I'm not going to go in. This is like a 4 hours, 5 hours course. I'm going to try to teach you as much as I can within the short time that we have. Okay, but you want more. Thank you so much, Living Crown, doing all of that. You want more than this, right? You can also get a course, or you can get a one-on-one or whatever. We have a whole course that's going to teach that. But at least it's going to introduce you, the exact step to buying real estate. And that's exactly what we're going to be teaching here. I can explain to you. I don't want you to have certain expectation and I don't deliver on that. So I keep to my words. And we are almost at 30,000 taps. Let's keep doing that. As soon as we get to 30,000 taps, we get started. Awesome. And you can see some people are already falling off. That's also very great. Let's repost. Can we repost? Can we repost and also share out the live? Let's repost. Let's share out the live. Awesome. Yeah. Millionaire status is not for everybody. Real estate is not for everybody. Financial freedom is not for everybody. As a matter of fact, that is why some people will work from age 20 to 65 and they will think that it's okay to do that. And even at 65, they still do not gain financial freedom. They are still working in the Walmart and still working in the stores and all of that. I know some people, it's because they are bored, but I'm talking about people that genuinely needs to pay their bills even at 65, and you have worked 45 years of your life. Yeah, so we need to actually have a conversation. So we need to actually do better. So like I said, it's not for everybody. And we got to 30,000. Let's not stop there. Let's keep doing that. Let's keep doing it. Can we also repost? Let's also share. Press my forehead on the screen. Let's get the share. Let's get it to, can we get it? We are at 14 shares. That explains why the numbers are down. 14 shares. How do you share? Press my forehead. Then you see your contact. You are also contributing to the financial freedom drive, right? Press you see your contact, share with all of them, right? Invite them. It shows that you are caring for the other people to gain financial freedom. Repost if you have large community as well, okay? Get your daily at me as well. If you haven't done that, click on the follow button if you are new here and turn on notification bell. Awesome. So investing in real estate, it is not one of the things that people have, when people say real estate, one of the things that come to mind is, oh, I don't want to be the slave. I don't want to be the one fixing the toilet for my tenant and whatever. But real estate pays you in 6 different ways. And I did talk about that yesterday. Real estate will give you, okay. Real estate is going to give you one thing. Thank you so much for the shares. Really appreciate that. Right? Real estate is going to pay you, and that's why I have 2 boards. I think I'm even going to buy the 3rd one now. Right? I'm going to buy the 3rd one, but maybe after, yeah. Real estate is going to pay you in 6 different ways. ETF is going to give you 2 paychecks. Real estate is paying you in 4 different ways. right? So the first thing first is your cash flow. Real estate pays you in cash flow. Tenants rents their house and then they pay you every single month. That is cash flow for you. Number two is steady income for you every single day. Let's not stop tapping out the life. Let's still keep tapping out the life. Thank you all for doing that. Let's keep tapping out the life. Let's not stop. The goal is for us to get to 50,000 at least. Number two is appreciation. Appreciation. So the value of property doubles itself every 10 years, right? As a matter of fact, I think Oleb's yours doubled in 6 years, right? Some people's home doubled in 6 years. Okay, some even 7 years. So it means that it's a function of the neighborhood that you buy. It's also going to buy into if your property is going to double quicker or not. Okay, so equity appreciation. So it simply means that you bought the property 200,000, it's going to become 400,000 in 10 years. That is appreciation in itself. But guess what? You are already getting cash flow. But the same thing, you can have dividends right here, cash flow in dividends, and also you have the growth. Okay, you have the growth right here, which is appreciation with ETF as well. But then there is the other part of this, which is equity. So every single time somebody calls Mr. Tenant or Miss Tenant pays you they pay you every single month, right? It means that if you use a mortgage, right, you got a mortgage, you use a loan to finance that property, it means that somebody who is paying that loan, the tenant, and then you are getting equity every single year. You get, every single month you're getting equity because you are reducing the loan in your property, your loan with the bank, and you are gaining more ownership. Now there's the other part of equity. Remember, you bought property 200,000, it got to 400,000. That is double, right? That is equity as well. So if you bought property 200,000, it went to 400,000. Let's assume tenant pays, your loan is 160,000. If tenant pays about, you rent it out, and by year 10 you've already paid 60,000 out of that property, what you owe is 100,000. It means that your property is worth 400,000 minus 100,000. That means 300,000. 300,000 is your equity in that property. And you were like, oh, but it's locked away. It's not. You can use ELOC, home equity line of credit, or you can actually use cash out refinance and actually take that money and use it for another asset. Okay, another asset. Do not use it towards liability. The third thing is that leverage. When it comes to real estate, you can leverage a lot. With 200,000, you can actually buy 5 properties. 40,000, 40,000, 40,000, 5 properties, and that asset is $1 million, right? That is $1 million, right? You can that's because you can leverage up to like 80%. You can leverage up to like 96% or even 97%, depending, right? Depending on your what's it called? Depending on the kind of loan. If you use FHA loan, or you use what's it called, conventional loan or VA loan, it differs. Okay, so that's the leverage is the other thing. A leverage, because your return on your investment is on the value of the property of your investment. It's not on how much you put down, because here there's no leverage when it comes to ETF. There's major leverage on this side. Also, number 5, other people's money. Latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Number 5, other people's money. That loan that you got, right? If you bought property, hey, that's how it's being done. Exactly. You click on the follow button, you get your daily admin. That is exactly how it's being done. Okay, you tap out the live, you get your note. You already know that person knows how it's being done. Awesome. Welcome to the community. That's quality. OPM, other people's money. Okay, other people's money. Right? Whenever you use a mortgage, you have a mortgage. Who is paying for it? Somebody called Mr. Tenant, right? Whose money are you using? The mortgage. It's the bank's money, right? Who owns the house? It is you, right? Some of the leverages you also get is in taxes, tax benefit. You can even use IRS money, which leads us to the next paycheck, which is tax advantages. There's a huge tax breaks when it comes to real estate. This is the reason why the multimillionaires put their money in real estate. There's a reason, because with real estate, you see the property taxes that you are complaining about. You see that interest that you are worrying about and crying about. Do you see the what's it called? Insurance, all those whatever, that's escrow. You can use it to reduce your W2. You can, so if you're especially if you're high income, right, you are earning 100,000 and above, if that you are not putting real estate in the mix, you are losing a lot of money. So it's either you are paying your taxes to IRS, or you are putting it to buy towards property. Okay, you're using it to buy property. All right, so that's it. We talked about this yesterday. Okay, this is just a recap. If you are new and you're new with this, I know I went really fast. You feel that it's too fast, put one in the comment. You're new but you want to learn more. Put one in the comment section. So now let's now go to the 9 steps, because like I said, we are finishing this series. You're finishing this series. You're new. Okay, boom boom. Yeah, Simply Abby. Simply Abby, you are not new here. You're not new here. Maybe you missed it. Okay, Simply Abby, welcome in. Ellen Lom, you haven't clicked on the follow button? Really? Welcome in. All right, welcome in. Awesome. If you are new and you are still here and you have not clicked on the follow button, click on it now. Right, we are going on the exact step you have. Okay, but I was just wondering because you are new. Welcome in. Welcome in. So what we'll do, right? Because I want us to get to the end, because now we're at number 7. We are number 7 and we still have 8 and 9. So I want us to get to 8 and 9, then we would take it back. Okay, we'll go back. Okay, does that sound like a plan? Because some people they've been here since Monday, starting this whole journey since Monday, and they are waiting to see the entire flow. And we need to finish up this entire flow this week, because by next week we are starting with something amazing. 12 days of wealth building challenge. So every single day for 12 days till the end of this whole financial freedom drive, we are going to be having a challenge by the day, and every challenge is going to be geared towards your financial freedom. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, it's a lot of work on my end. Yes, I understand. But yeah, I understand. So just say thank you, right? Just say thank you, okay? Say thank you. Say thank you. Because you're coming and getting all this thing for free, huh? All right. So thank you. How do you say thank you? Keep tapping out the live, sharing out the live, getting your daily at me, on me, clicking on that follow button. Awesome. Also, we're going to, yeah, I know. I mean, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I just mean tap out the live, okay? Get your daily at me. If you have not done, click on the follow button. You are welcome. That's not what I mean. Just means tap out the live, share out the live, right? That when I say thank you, that's what it means. Get your daily at me. Fill up the gift gallery. If you have not done that, click on the follow button. Awesome. But don't miss that. You don't want to miss that. We did the mid-year. We did the mid-year, 21 days mid-year in June, right? If you were part of that, put it in the comment. Thank you so much for the repost. If you're part of that, put it in the comments how beautiful it was. And we had it in December as well. That's how I even got on TikTok, December. And we started with the New Year money reset. That was a 31 days. But this one is going to be very short, 12 days. And it's just for the financial freedom drive, okay? For 12 days of wealth building challenge. So if you lock in, you will see differences, right? Not in 12 days, because it takes 12 days to build wealth, but but it's an habit. If you follow the habit all through, you would realize that you're going to start building wealth. So now we're going to real estate, and it's going to be 9 steps as well when it comes to real estate. 9 steps. So the first thing first is that why real estate, and we talked about that yesterday, and that's exactly what I just talked about. It gives you at least 9 paychecks, 6 paychecks, 6 paycheck, cash flow, equity, appreciation, other people's money, leverage, and taxes. 6 things versus any other asset class. Real estate beats it hands down, right? Forget whatever anybody says. Coming from somebody that owns and manages double-digit real estate property, coming from somebody that still went through eviction last week, okay? So if I went through eviction, like trying to get a tenant out, right? And I'm still telling you that real estate is the way, then believe me, real estate is the way, okay? So number 1 is real estate builds long-term wealth, okay? Real estate builds long-term wealth. So it builds long-term wealth. So that's number 1. It builds long-term wealth. Number 2, because it builds, that's the main reason why we are investing in real estate. If you don't understand what that means, right, let me know. If you want me, Fedra, welcome in. Right, if you don't understand what that means, let me know. It builds long-term wealth through appreciation, all those 6 paychecks. Right, you don't have to ever sell real estate. I don't plan to sell it. Right, all my properties, I'm not selling it. So by the time I grow old and gray, maybe in my hundreds, right, I can transfer it. Trust is available. I can transfer it and they can get the money tax free, right? Of course, I make all the money because I can actually take loan against it, right? Because now maybe I bought the property 200,000, it's worth 1 million, right? So I can take a loan against it. That is what the millionaires do, okay? The non-millionaires, the multi-millionaires, that's what they do, okay? So number 2 is, and if you still have a question on that, how it brings long-term wealth, or you are arguing about in your mind, put it in the comment. Let's know. Number 2 is for you to start investing. Did you buy all properties in a trust or in your name? Why would you want to know? Okay, what do you think? Okay, what do you think? What do you think? Right, so that you can start looking for my trust and my name. Oh my God, that's very personal information, okay? Yeah, but just do, ideally, you want to do it in your LLC, you want to do it in your trust or whatever, okay? Yeah, exactly. So you want, so that you can Google my name. I'm trying to figure out a way of avoid paying tax after transferring to my children. Just ask the question directly instead of you asking me what I do. That sounds very, all right. Okay. I think you guys understand, right? Yeah. So it just treat it as a business. So you understand what that means, Federal. Okay. So let's keep tapping out the live. Let's get it to 40,000. Thank you all for doing that. Number 2 is you want to now buy real estate. The first thing you need to do is get your finances together. Put it in the comments. Get your finances in order. You don't have any business in doing real estate if you have not gotten your finances in order. So put it in the comments. You want to buy real estate, get your finances in order. That's the first step. So put it in the comments. Get your finances in order. And let's keep tapping out the link. If you're sitting here for 2 minutes, click on the follow button. We're talking about the exact plan, 0 to 1 million. The exact plan. Okay? Now we are on step number 7, and we are on step number 7. Get your finances together. All right? Get your finances in order. Thank you so much, Olebs. Thank you. Get your finances in order. Right? The reason is you need to, you can't say that, oh, you know what, you're still dealing with credit card issues. You're still dealing with some, and then you want to we want to buy real estate. Go and fix that first. Our interest debt, remember all those points that I mentioned earlier. You have to fix all those, your foundation first, before you start. You can even start saying you are investing. Talk more, you get to real estate. It's not a joke. All right? This is where we are going to advanced investing. ETF is beginner investing. Real estate is almost advanced investing. Business is real estate, because as high as the return is, that's also the same way the losses can be. It could be very messy. Some people here, if the person cares to share a name, right, she has lost some very decent money in real estate, even after paying $40,000. Is it $40,000 to learn real estate, to even understand real estate? No. Student loan is not part of it. High interest debt, any debt above 10%. That is high interest debt, okay? Any debt above 10%, okay? Credit card and all of those things, okay? Awesome. Let's keep tapping out the live. I know we are locked in, but we need to get it to 40,000 taps. And let's keep sharing as well. Let's have more people come in here. So what do we mean? Take care of your debt. Ensure that you have your emergency fund in place, okay? Reason why we need this is that, why do you need to take care of your debt? And we are not tapping out the live. Let's tap out the live. Let's share out the live. Let's get our daily admin. You're new here, click on the follow button. You're new here, click on that follow button. Let's welcome you in, all right? Okay. Otherwise, if I see that we're not doing it, I'll pause. or I will stop the life. All right, let's not do that because we want to try to finish it up today. So you want to get your finances ready, mortgage ready. What does this mean? Because except you are buying cash, you always want to use a mortgage, right? So if you are putting in, if you are buying an investment property, you need about 20% down, right? You need about 20% down. So it simply means that or if you are using an FHA loan, a VA loan, or you are doing any of that, you need about at least 3 to 5%, or even 2 point something percent. Um, Olebs. What's like the VA loan rate? What is the rate that what's the idea of the VA loan? It's VA loan is for those in the military. Thank you all for your service. If you have people in the military, thank you all for your service. About 4%. Okay, it's about 4%. Awesome. So wow, that's great. I mean down payments. Down payments. Is that is zero down? Wow. Wow. Wow, that is amazing. I sure will not go to the military. So guys, I don't have money. Zero down. Go to the military, or you already be in the military, right? In the military or whatever, it's zero down and the interest rate is about 4%. That is absolutely amazing. So you already know. You already know. Thank you for your service, Olebs, and everyone in the military. So you have the information. These are for the people in the United States. You need to think about what works in your own country. So why do you need to put your finances in order? Because you see that 4%, some people's interest rate is going to be different. So if it's 6% or 7%, some people's interest might be 8%. Why? Because of your credit. There's something called your credit. Your credit shows your credibility with the lenders. Like, oh, this person is like your report card, right? It's just like your result. They're just looking at your life. Oh, is this person responsible? If we loan this person this money, will this person pay back? Right? That's what it is. This person responsible? And they are like I think there are 3 C's. No, 5 C's. They look at your credit worthiness. So they look at, your credit history. How long? This one you might not have control over it, right? They look at your credit worthiness. How often do you pay off your debt? You look at your credit utilization. How often there are programs for zero down for first time home buyers as well. Yes, exactly. Thank you so much, Alexa, for saying that. Okay. Yeah, so I don't have money down payment, and you can actually house hack, because when it comes to you for first time homeowner, it means that you have to live in that property. You have to live in that property, okay? But what can you beat the system? You can house hack, whereby you live in certain parts of the home and then you rent certain parts of it out. But make sure that you know who you are renting to. Especially it's a 3 bedroom, everybody's living, you are sharing common space. Don't let it be the thing that's going to kill you, okay? So know who you are renting out to, okay? Don't go and rent it out to a serial, okay? You know what I'm talking about. So be careful. But if you buy, or better still, buy a multi-unit, okay? Buy a multi-unit where the doors are very different. Your door to your own place is different from the door to this other person's place, okay? All right, and we are not tapping out the life. We need to get to 40,000 at least tonight. We need to get to 40,000. I know we are all locked in. Get your finances together. Credit utilization impacts your credit. Your get Credit Karma on if you're in the United States, get Credit Karma app, so that you can track your credit, because it's not always accurate, because it depends on what they are using, right? But at least you know that, okay, you are in a good standing, right? Pay off your don't use your credit card. Let utilization be at least 10, lower than 10% and lower, right? Below 10%. And also pay it off within the billing cycle, not the minimum balance. You use it like debit card, you will see your credit grow, okay? You see it jump, right? I don't have credit at all, or I'm not whatever, I'm new. Go and get a secured credit card, or unsecured. Which one is it, secured or unsecured? Backed by, you put maybe certain amount and then you use it to build your credit that way. I'm very new, I don't have credit. You would use it to build your credit. Then you'll be able to get a credit card after, okay? And start building it, because you need that credit. right, to be able to buy real estate, except you're buying cash, okay? Except you're buying cash. All right. Do we have any new people here? 2 minutes. 2 minutes, you have been here, right? And you have not clicked on that plus sign. Let's give you a minute to quickly click on the plus sign. Click on the plus sign so that we can welcome you properly. Click on that plus sign. How much is the percentage of the mortgage? It depends. If you are doing FHA, or the percentage of the mortgage, is it down payment or the interest? Living Crown, are you talking about what is the percentage of the mortgage? What does that mean? Are you saying the interest on that you're going to be paying, or are you saying the down payment? Right? Do we have anybody that not click on the follow button? Because this is for serious minded people. If it's not for you, it's okay for you to also scroll. Click on that follow button. Let's welcome you. All right. Click on the follow button. Anyone sitting on the window that we need to bring on the red carpet of the $1 Million League, right? Click on that follow button so that we can welcome you properly. Living Crown, ask that question again. I'm not so clear on your question, so that I can help you. I can answer the question. Thank you all for tapping out the live and clicking on that follow button. Get your daily at me as well if you have not done that. Welcoming each and everyone. Let's fill up the gift gallery. If you can do that, that would be much appreciated. Real, so you're going to, yes, madam. What's yes, madam? What is that? What does that even mean? Interest. Yes, interest is a function, and that's why you have to build your credit. Interest is very independent of each other. Interest is very independent, okay, of each other. So it is very unique to you. If your credit is good, somebody with an 800 credit and somebody with 600 credits or 650 credits would either not even get qualified at all, or when you get qualified, your interest will be very different. They also look at your income, they look at your history. All those things are the things that they take into account before they can give you an interest. But typically, I think it's between 6% and 7 point something percent right now. Okay. And if you are using a DSCR loan, that's even different. It's even higher, whereby you are qualified based on the income from the property, the rental income. Okay. The interest, they don't use your income at all. All right. So that's also available. All right. So that's why we need to fix you need to fix your finances to be mortgage ready. So your credit has to be good. You have to have a form of income, right? At least those two things must be in place before you say that, okay. And of course, lastly, the down payment. Those three has to be in place before you say that, oh, you know what, I'm now ready. Okay. And of course, education is key as well. All right. Number 3 is save for your down payment and closing costs. Okay. Down payment typically will be, if it's an investment property, about 20%. So you need to know what it is in your country. It's about 20%. Or if it's the first time homeowner, it's between 3 to 5%. Okay. Or it could be 0% down. So you can also look at all of the programs that are 0% down. Okay. Magnificent. Thank you for tapping out that live, and everyone tapping out the live. Let's keep tapping out the live. Thank you all for tapping out the live. Let's keep tapping out let's get our daily at me. Get your daily at me. Fill up the gift gallery. Really, really appreciate that. You filling up the gift gallery. As a matter of fact, we are still very behind on our targets for the day. Let's do that. We haven't gotten to the 50,000 taps. We haven't also filled the gift gallery. So if you can, you're getting all those things. I paid thousands to even understand all those things in the past. Okay. So let's see. This is you also supporting the community when you do all of those things. Thank you all for doing that. Awesome. Now, number 3 is you save for your down payment, like I said, and of course your closing cost. So there's something called closing cost. So remember, there's somebody that's going to make sure that, oh, your property is cleared of every lien, right? The dimensions of survey is done. There's no issue. There's no HOA problem. They're checking that, okay, the legal documents are accurate. Those are the things that goes into the closing cost, right? To make sure that by the time you are ready to buy by the time the property hands over to you, that, oh, you know what, it is cleared, it is 100% yours. The transfer of that property to you, that's part of the closing cost. Okay. And of course, so it could be between 3 to 20%. Between 3 to 20%. That is the down payment. If it's investment property, it's about 20% down. So I'm not living in the property, I'm not house hacking, then it's going to be 20% down. Okay. If it's going to be first time homeowner, it's about 3 to 5%. Okay. Or it could also be zero. All right. Depending on the program. Number four is understand the financing options. Okay. What are the different financing options? Like I mentioned, there are there's the VA loan, there's the conventional loan. There are different types. There's the DCSR loan. There are different types of loan. VA loan is for the people in the military. Okay, so that one is people in the military. So if you are not in the military, you cannot even get that. The FHA loan is for first time homeowner. Regular conventional loan or investment loan, it's for investment property. What was the other one? The other one is the DCSR, whereby you are they don't qualify you based off of your income. They qualify it based off of the return on, like the rental income, the return you're going to get from that property. So far that income, that property is going to be able to pay the mortgage, it qualifies. Okay, but the interest is higher because the risk is also higher. There are some other ones like private money lenders. There's what's the other one? What's the other one? There's one other one. Okay, I'll remember. So there are different financing options. You need to also understand what the financing options are. Number five, you need to understand the market where you want to invest. Remember, somebody came to this live yesterday. I said, oh, I just got pre-qualified, because you want to get all those things in order before you even start. I mean, you have an idea, because some people would say, oh, I want a 500,000 home. Do you even know if you qualify for that? You don't know. So pre-qualification and doing all of getting your numbers in order, getting your financing option, getting that pre-approval shows that, okay, now I am ready to start venturing in the market. Now you know that, okay, I can only buy a 300,000 property. I can only get a 200,000 property because I can only qualify for this. Okay, so now you need to know, choose the right market and the neighborhood, because your market neighborhood will determine your appreciation. Remember appreciation that I talked about earlier. ABC neighborhood, ABCD neighborhood, A being the best neighborhood, D being the ghetto. Okay, right, will determine how quickly how quickly you get equity in that property. Let's keep tapping out the, like, can we get it to 40,000 taps? If you're new here, let's click on the follow button. I know we are moving fast and you're like, what is going on? We are going to be wrapping up the live shortly. So click on the follow button and turn on notification bell so you know when we are here. I'm typically here through this July, between on 1:30 Central Time and also 1:30 Central Time and 8 p.m. Central Time. Like today, I joined in late. Because I was tired. Okay, and of course, Dr. Lina needs to take her sleep. Okay, so I joined in late. So in situations like that, some people that did not turn on notification bell would not know. But if you click on the follow button, you turn on notification bell, you will know when I'm live. I try to stick with the time, but there are times when I cannot because I'm human. Richie, latest millionaire in town. Oh, latest millionaire in town. Okay, I was just laughing at myself. Okay, awesome. So choose the right market and the neighborhood. That really matters. Okay, the right neighborhood, the right market, that really matters. Okay, so somebody put it in the, are we taking notes? So number one is real estate builds you long-term investing. Number two, get your finances and mortgage ready. Okay, you're welcome. Number three is saved for down payment and closing costs. Okay, make sure you have that. Number four is understand your financing option. Thank you so much, Oleps. Understand your financing option. Number five is choose the right market and the right neighborhood. Now, this one, you are in New York, you're in California. Like, this is for the people in the United States. This is for the people in the United States and people also in your own country. If you're in New York, the market might not be as friendly because it's very tenant friendly. Okay, so you might think of out of state and things might be very expensive, right? You are Ontario, right? You are on in what's it called? On what's this spot? Toronto, okay, Canada, or you are in London, or you are in what part of Lagos that it's very expensive. You need to know, okay, should I move out? Okay, you can think about out of state investing. Always think about how you can. I want to achieve my goal, but how can I still make my goal happen? All right, regardless of the barriers or the difficulties or the anything on my way, I still need to invest in real estate. Okay, so understand the right. First of all, understand, start with, I always try to say, start with your own neighborhood. Okay, if you, when I mean neighborhood, in your own state, in your own environment, understand that first. Now you'll be able to determine, oh, is this a good place to invest? If it's not, then think about where else. I have one of my clients in the mentorship program. She is in Arizona or one of these A countries. Is it Arizona or whatever? But she said that, you know what, I think I might invest in Texas, right? Because I think Texas is a place that I will be coming to at some point. I know of somebody that is also in Connecticut that she says, okay, you know what, because we are closer to our retirement, I might also buy a few rental in Texas, because Texas is a good, it's Texas is friendly. Indianapolis, there's some other locations like that that are more landlord friendly, and of course, you can properties are more affordable. You can think about that, but think about your own community. But I hope you understand your neighborhood, understand the right market. If you are house hacking, of course, you know that it has to be in your own location because you are living there. So you are a first-time owner, you want to use FHA, so you cannot do out of state. You have to, except you want to be going out of state, right? You have to be there. So that might not work for you. So, but you can still use it. And outside Rochester, Minnesota is growing due to major clinic expansion. That's great. That's great. Thank you so much. Awesome. All right, all right. So that's so you have the deal right there. Somebody just put it right there. Thank you, Oleps. Now, the other thing is that number 6 is run the numbers, right? Now you need to know the neighborhood. There was one person that told me, oh, and let's keep tapping out the line. Let's get it to 40,000. Let's get it to 40,000. We are almost wrapping up with the life. We are on step number 6 right now in that buying process. Step number 6 in that process. Number 6 is for you to run the numbers. Let's keep tapping. Let's get it to 40,000. Thank you all for doing that. Let's get it to 40,000. You've been new here, click on the follow button. Let's also share and repost. Let's do all of that. Get your daily at me if you have not gotten your daily at me. If you're new here, we're wrapping up with the live shortly, so click on the follow button, turn on notification bell, and be back. I'm here 1:30 and 8 p.m. Central Time, but I'm also on YouTube as well and on Instagram, so make sure you follow there as well. So run the numbers, okay? Run your numbers, because first of all, you need to understand the neighbor. There was somebody that came to me, all my siblings have already bought a house. My goal is when I turn 40, this is our own personal, that I buy my own house. And I've been praying to God. And I said, okay, why are you troubling God about this one? I asked the question, okay? God is trying to heal people that has real, but you are troubling God about this one. Let's resolve your problem. So I asked the question, what neighborhood do you want to buy your property? I don't know. How much is the property? How much is the property that you want to buy? I don't know. Okay. How much do you need as down payment? I don't know. I said, okay. I think you need to go and answer all those questions first before you even start troubling God about it, because God already put all the answers. Go and answer that and put it in front of God after that time. And that's exactly what she did. At the end of the day, she figured out the neighborhood that she wants to. Everything, she said, okay, maybe 400,000 home, right? She could get qualified for the property. I said, okay, how much is the down payment? FHA loan. It was 10,000, 12,000. I said, can you raise 10,000, 12,000 between yourself and her husband? She said, yes. Under 4-5 months, she bought her house. The only reason why they waited on that particular property to move in 9 months is because they built it from the scratch. So there's the build process. That was the only thing. All right. So you need to know your numbers, right? Run your numbers. One of the other things is that, once you understand the neighborhood, the market and all of that, you should already have an idea of what is the property, what is the the property comes in that environment. How much is it? Is it 300,000? And I'm going to be teaching that. It's because I just want to run through the process. Maybe tomorrow I might go deeper a little bit, a little, because I mean, this is a 4 hours. 4 hours course, okay? 4 hours course. What I'm just teaching is a 4 hours course. You will find the link in my bio, and it's going to teach you this in depth. How do you go? So how to get your mortgage ready, the in-depth, everything, you'll find it there. Save for your down payment. How do you go about it? The in-depth, step by step is there. Understanding your financing option, it's there. Choose the right market and neighborhood. How do you know the right market and neighborhood? International, out of state, all of that. Different types of real estate, you will find it there. Run your numbers. How to run your numbers? You see, these numbers can make or break you, as well as the property management. Let's keep tapping out the live. We are 38,000. Let's get it to 40,000. Thank you all for doing that. Get your daily at me as well. If you haven't done that, click on the follow button. If you haven't done that, be back again. We're wrapping up the live. I do not want it to cross, maybe in another 10 minutes we are out of here. So that's what I'm doing. Run the numbers. These can make or break you, because if the numbers are not right, okay, right, your rental income cannot cover your mortgage. Failure on arrival. It's dead on arrival, okay? Right? Your mortgage cannot cover it. But even if it cannot cover, there are instances. I have some property whereby the mortgage is not covering. I had to put in money, right? Extra money every single month. But it's a very, very clear reason why that is so, okay? But ideally, your mortgage should never be higher than your rental income. All right. So, but if it happens, there is a reason in certain instances. Now, which is appreciation is going to be quicker. It's going to be quicker in such properties. Now, you want to understand your cash flow. You want to understand your expenses. You want to understand your reserves. Cash flow, expenses, reserves. All right. What is your reserve? Because yes, after you pay the mortgage, there is going to be something. There is a leak. Like my tenant sent me a message. There is a leak. You said Jesus. Since she said, oh, there's a leak or whatever. We sent out, the technician went there. And then she said, oh, but you next time, please give me a notice before the technician comes. Right? But thank you that you sent somebody out immediately. But you said you are available. Well, I don't deal with that. Then she sent an email. Yeah, there is a leak in this place right now. It's whatever. I'm not responding until tomorrow. And then I'm going to tell you, when are you available? Right? You need to give us time frame. If it takes you 5 days, that's when. Put a bucket right there. It's not going to, you need to, okay, that's part of property management. You need to know what is going to take you to jump, or when you should not even bother yourself. 5 days can pass. It's not risky. Okay? Right? So something like there's no HVAC and its HVAC runs out in the middle of summer, you know that you need to jump, right? Because it's safety hazard, right? There's no power. That's safety hazard, right? Flood. But that's by the way. So run your number. You need to have a reserve just in case something happens in the house, right? You need to run a reserve. Thank you all. We got to 40,000 taps. Awesome. Maybe we can get it to 50,000. That would be absolutely amazing. Awesome. Great. And if you can fill up the gift gallery, that would also be great as well, so that we can meet all our targets for today. Awesome. You guys are absolutely amazing. I hope you're also learning one or two things. Real estate is not for everybody, by the way. That's why you see the numbers go down, because it's not everybody. It's not a beginner investor thing. So run your number. What is the cash flow? What is the expenses, the reserve, right? All of that. In case, okay, there is something goes out, you need to put certain money aside. After you have paid your tenant, right? You have paid your mortgage. You need to have something aside in a case of an emergency. Okay, Lina Real Estate Agency. What was that? You said yes. Okay, yes, maybe, okay, tapping it to 50,000. Awesome. Thank you all for doing that. I think that's what. So you need to have your reserve. You need to have your expenses also calculated. You need to have the cash flow. By the way, when we talk about taxes, you see all of these expenses, you can use it to reduce your taxes at the end of the year. vacancy, you can use it to reduce your taxes at the end of the year. That's the beauty of real estate, okay? Then the next thing, number 7, is you have already understood your numbers, right? You already understood your numbers, and maybe tomorrow we'll focus on that numbers, right? Or I'll just let you to go and get the course, right? Maybe I'll teach you a little bit on the numbers or get you to get the course, right? Because you need maybe that, right? Because it takes a lot of teaching when it comes to you running numbers. Maybe I'll try to do the introduction part because it's going to take me a couple of hours for me to be able to teach that. But then number 7 is make an offer. So it needs to make sense. Your numbers has to be right. Don't how do I put this? Don't if it doesn't look right, it doesn't look right. Okay? If it doesn't feel right, if the number doesn't add up, no matter how much you like that property, pass. Okay? No matter how you love that property, just pass on the property. Okay? That's the reality, because that numbers is either going to make you or break you. Okay? Because you want to make sure the cash flow is right. You want to make sure that the property value is right. You want to make sure that you can have reserve, right? You need to take everything into account. All right? Now, once you feel that that is good enough, the next thing is make an offer and close, right? The number is looking okay. You don't need to keep waiting around. Just make an offer. This is where a lot of people make this. They wait around. Okay, let me think about it. Let me fast for another 55 days. By the time you are doing that, if it's a good deal, trust me, another person is already fixed that house, is already rented that house. As a matter of fact, let me tell you, at times, it takes me, literally, I close a property on, not close, like, of course, closing process, but I put an offer down on a property the same day. Because I can easily, or I do like back of napkin calculation. This makes sense. There's some 5 questions that I ask myself. Okay, it checks out. Maybe I might teach you that tomorrow. Okay, 5 questions that I ask myself. If these 5 checks out, I'm good. Because it means that it covers already 80 to 90% of my basis. 80 to 90% of my basis. It checks out. Property comes, checks out. Rental income checks out, right? Then it covered my basis. All right? The other thing is, so stop waiting now. Let's keep tapping out the live. I know this is 12:01 my central time, my time. 5:01, so 12:01. It's already today is the 17th. Now we are on the 17th. Welcome to a new day. And you are locked with me. We cross over the day together. We are locked. Yeah, with my community, the $1 Million League. If you have not clicked on that follow button, let's click on the follow button. Let's keep tapping out the live until we end of the live. So number 7 is make an offer and close. Make an offer. That's the next step. Once you make an offer, there's some things you need to check, like inspection. Of course, all of those few things. You need to do inspections. You need to you check the numbers. You need to do inspections. You need to check your numbers. So of course, do the bank part, right? You already gotten the approval, but they're not going to give you final approval. You need to send it to them. All of those processes, right? That is then of course, you are good with it. Inspection comes out, it checks out right, appraisal is good, and all of that. Go ahead, and of course, that's it. The process takes 30 days or whatever, and close. If it's a cash payment and all of that, cash transaction, you can do it under 5 days, right? Chuma, latest millionaire in town. All right, right? If it's a cash buy, as a matter of fact, you can skip like a few of the steps right here. A few of the steps. Now make an offer and close, okay? So that's it. Once you make the offer, everything is just the waiting at this point. Everything checks out. Dr. Awo, how are you doing? Welcome in. Awesome. We're talking about real estate. Awesome, awesome. Just to show mercy, welcome in. We're wrapping up right now. We're wrapping up right now. Make sure you get your daily admin. Make sure you tap out the live. Yeah, make sure you get your daily admin. Tap out the live. Turn on notification bell if you are new here, so that you know when I'm live. Tomorrow I'm here at 1:30 and 8 p.m. Central Time. Thank you also for tapping out the live. Hopefully we can get it to. We got it to 40,000. So the next thing, make an offer and close. Number 8, right? Number 8 is what? Manage the property or hire a property manager. As a matter of fact, if you have just one property and you are using property manager, what are you doing? So I always advise you, if you're a first-time homeowner, don't hire, except there's an extreme reason, right? If I, Dr. Lina, as a professor, teaching whatever I'm teaching, 3 courses, right? And also a vice president of technology. I'm here social media, right? I am here, what else again? And I still manage double-digit real estate portfolios, not one. You know what double-digit is, right? And I'm still able to manage it. One, it should not be a big deal to you, except you're out of state. I understand that. Your property is out of state, that is understandable, but your property is not out of state. As a matter of fact, it's about 20 minutes away from you. Why do you need a property manager? So, but if you know that if whatever it takes for you to succeed is property manager, go for it. But the reason why I tell you exactly what I do. That's why I'm just telling you the same thing. Property management, because the fact, how did I learn property management? Is because it's in the doing. It's in the doing, okay? Because over time, I've learned this. I now know how to handle it. I know they've pushed my button, so I can already tell you how to handle it. So some of the things comes with experience, but if you push it to the property managers, there's no way you can learn that. So for me, I have already learned the flow, beginning and end. That's why I can tell you eviction process. If I never went through eviction, how do I know? All right. So manage the property yourself or hire a property manager. That is number 8. And number 9 is scale from one property to a portfolio. Hey, we have a latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Right. Scale. Most importantly, you see the property management part, right? You need to set it up as a business. You need to see, you want to succeed as real estate. You see 2 things: getting your numbers right, and you see the real estate. If you can get the property management and getting your beginning numbers right, you will succeed when it comes to real estate. But if you miss any of those 2, that's where you'll be one of those wailing wheelers. Right? Those 2 things can make or break you: property management, and of course, fix your numbers wrong at the beginning. Okay, so those are the 2 things are very, very critical, right? Get those 2 right, you would succeed, right, in real estate. Okay, so, and always don't think that, okay, it's just one property. Always think of scaling. All right, how can you get the next one, right? How can you do? Always think. As a matter of fact, remember, we're talking about a $0 to $1 million, right? The strategy, part of the strategy, if you're using the real estate route, is house number 1, house number 2, house number 3, house number 4, house number 5. That's the strategy. You can do this $40,000 down every single year, right? And you're saying, Dr. Lina, where's the $40,000? If you are any 6-figure salary, you're going to cough out 40,000, right? You're going to stop buying that Gucci. You're going to stop that coffee, all right? You're going to stop that money that you're spending, because guess what? This is your future. This is your financial freedom. That is what is called delayed gratification. That's why I said this is for serious-minded people, right? You want to get to $1 million status. It's not by dancing and doing all of that. If you have to drive extra hours on Uber, do DoorDash delivery, do Uber, just so you can buy this property. It doesn't have to be one every year. It can be one every 2 years, right? Once you get to 5, make sure you can now put processes in place, right? You can now put processes in place whereby you can now, you're now paying it off, right? because, and I'm going to show you this tomorrow, because if each of this property is 200,000, that's 200,000. This is, if it's each one, if you are using investment property, which is the extreme, 20%, if each of them is 200,000, that is 40,000, 40,000, 40,000, 40,000. That is 200,000. Okay? All right? That is 200,000. That is $1 million in property. In 10 years, this 1 million is going to become 2 million. But at the same time, you would have almost paid more, close to like 30% of this. And who would have paid it? 30% of the loan. Who would have paid it? It's going to be your tenant. No, how are you? It will be your tenants that's going to be paying this, not you. They are going to pay the loan, because all you put in is 200,000. But guess what? 800,000 is the loan, the leverage. But guess what? Who is paying that 800,000? It is somebody called tenant. And guess who owns the property? It's you. You are enjoying appreciation, and at the same time, you are getting tax benefit. So that's the beauty. How are you? No, you don't have to be sorry. You don't have to be sorry. That's yeah. Welcome in. How are you doing? So good to have you. Yeah. Although we just talked about the 9 step in buying real estate, 9 step. And just for you are an OG in the house, I know you've been waiting on this. I'll quickly repeat it. And if you're new here, click on the follow button. You're new, click on that follow button immediately. Now, all these things that I'm saying, there's some things that might be specific to, maybe, like the UK, the US, or, the Western world in general, right? But pick what works right in your country. Understand? So all these things are that are said, right? I gave an example of it, how it works in the United States, but the steps doesn't change, right? It doesn't change in your own country. You just now need to understand, okay, how does it work in my own country? So the first thing is that understand that, number one, understand that real estate is long-term wealth, okay? Been busy with life, and Thursday was my, oh, happy birthday, happy birthday. Oh, Azadi has been tapping. Oh, sorry. Your eyes are heavy. Those guys are, you see, these are ardent millionaires, right? Ardent, and tell me how those ladies will not be, right? These are people that have been tapping, holding the fort for the community. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, Zadi, I know you got this. It's okay. You've done well. Okay. Right? Real estate, homes by Tyrone. Yeah, real estate, exactly. That's what we're talking about. So real estate builds you long-term wealth. Okay, real estate builds you. If you are new here, make sure you get your daily admin. If you have not got your daily admin, tap out the live. Let's fill up the gift gallery. We're going to be wrapping up the live in the next 5 minutes. All right, we're wrapping up with the live in the next 5 minutes. So you want to click on the follow button and get your turn on notification bell, get your daily admin, so that when you come back again, you'll be notified when I'm live. So the first thing first is that understand that real estate is long-term wealth. It builds you long-term wealth. Number two, get your finance. You want to start in the journey of real estate. Number one is the steps, okay? The step, get your finances in order, right? Get it mortgage ready. Meaning that you want to make sure that yeah, you got it from here. Okay, thank you. Number two is you want to make sure that the bank sees that you're credit worthy. The bank sees that they see your credibility. You get a good interest rate. All those your credit, you fix it. Okay, so get your finances mortgage ready. Better still, get pre-approval as well, right? So in your country, what is the process, right? I just talked about the United States, but if you guys have a mortgaging system, what is that process? Okay. All right. I love 6 millionaire. I love that. Save for your number two is save for your down payment and closing costs. You need to put a down payment depending on the kind of loan that you like, that kind of financing. If it's for investment property in the US, it requires 20%. So put your own country. What is, you need to go and research. What is the down payment? What are the financing options? Go and search it and then do the same thing, right? Get that down payment. Here we have the VA loan, right? We have FHA loan, first time homeowners. We have DCSR. They are different. Private money lender, add money lender. These are different kind of financing option, but they will need a certain form of down payment, or you don't even get the down payment at all. It's zero down payment. So you need to save towards it, and something called closing cost. Closing cost is every cost associated with your close, okay? Like, checking that, do you have your property is okay, documentation of your property, insurance around it, all those kind of things. They are part of what goes into your closing cost. Number 4 is understanding the financing option, which is what I talked about earlier, right? Number 5, choose the right market and neighborhood. These could make or break you as well. If you choose the wrong neighborhood, then you go and choose the ghetto, then you deal with ghetto tenants, right? If you also, then appreciation is going to be on the low. And if you go and buy the best property in the neighborhood, you might also, the rent might not match up, okay? You're not the one living there, so be in between. So understand your financing option, choose the right market and neighborhood. Number 6, right? Run the numbers. These number 6 is the most important thing. I'm going to touch a little bit about it tomorrow, but you want to know more, you're going to get the course. Get the course. It's because that's where I went in, like break it down, like the exact breakdown, the calculation and all of that. It's a 4 hours course. You will find the link in my bio. It's how to buy real estate in 90 days. 90 days, you'll find it there. So, run the numbers, your cash flow, your expenses, your reserve, your rental income, your real estate comp, your property comps. You need to know all of that. All the tools and everything that you can use to do that calculation, you will find it in the course as well. The course is pretty. The reason why it's pretty detailed and exhaustive, right? Is there something like that? Right? Right, because the reason why we have it like that is that I cannot afford you to make a mistake. So you want to buy real estate, at the minimum, get the course. You find the link in my bio. Is the real estate, how to buy real estate in 90 days. Get the course, and it's pre-recorded, so it's self-paced. So you're going to make one-time payment, lifetime access, right? One-time payment, lifetime access, and you can, anytime you want to buy it's highly recommended. So that's it. Then number 7 is you make an offer, because now you know the numbers. Make an offer and close. Number 8, manage the property. You see the property management, the second thing, right? With the numbers, those 2 things are very critical to your success when it comes to real estate. It changes where, if you're going to be the cleaner and the plumber and the fixing bulb for your tenant or not, okay? Right? Property management, or you get a property manager. As a matter of fact, you have one property, there's no reason why you need the property manager, because the property manager is going to be charging, you have to be paying for that. Then the next thing is that don't leave it at one property. Think about how to scale, okay? How to scale, and that's how we got here. So think of the first one, then of course think of how you can buy the next one and the next one and the next one. All right, we wrap up the live here. If you any question, otherwise, if you want to buy your property, you want hand holding, we have the mentorship program. We have the one-on-one consultation. You want to just run the numbers, or you just want a quick guide, right? We have one-on-one consultation. We have mentorship program. That is a 90 days program, so you can have hand holding from beginning to the end of buying that property. Then we have the course. Whatever, in anything that you do, please do not venture into real estate until you have done one of those 3. Or it doesn't have to be me, get it from somewhere else, right? But do not. I know the reason why I'm saying that. People lose, you can easily lose money. It's a lot of money when it comes to real estate. 200,000, 300,000, that's a lot of money. And it's a whole process. So you cannot say, oh, because of, I don't want to spend $300. I don't want to spend $100. You want to invest in 200,000, but you don't want to spend 100,000. You don't want to spend 1,000. You don't want to spend 2,000. You would lose thousands of dollars. That was my own learning. That's what somebody told me whenever I want to start real estate. And that's why I paid $1,000. years ago to start. That was about 14, 15 years ago. That's why I paid $1,000. So this one, I'm not even going to try to miss it or try to get a training, get a course, get a mentorship, get a one-on-one, get at least something, get a book to start investing. Don't hold back. You cannot say, I want to invest in 200,000 and then you're holding back on $200. Okay? It takes something. You need to invest in something. You need to. This one is not one of your free stuff. Okay? This is not. All right. Any question? If you are new here, click on the follow button. Let's welcome you. Turn on notification bell as well. For all the people that you're in the, I'm in the US. I'm in Texas. I'm in the US. All right. But you, all the steps, just think about, I've given you the step. Check what it is in your country. We've had, I know this is a global community because we already have 60 countries. Latest being Barbados in 11 days. 11 days, 60 countries, and we have not even we've not kept track today. If we had kept track, I'm sure we would have probably at 65 or 70 as of today, but we did not even track today. Yesterday was the last time that we tracked. We'll track tomorrow. So if you're new, click on the follow button, turn on notification bell. We're on a financial freedom drive this July. After July, you probably won't see me this frequently anymore. And we are ending this one, $0 to $1 million exact plan. We're ending that this Saturday. On Sunday, we're going to be doing family and finance. Who enjoyed family and finance last week? Where we're talking about how to gain financial freedom for every member of the family. And then next week, which is Monday, starting from Monday, we're going to start the 12 days wealth building challenge. 12 days wealth building challenge. Vero's latest millionaire in town. You don't want to miss the wealth building challenge for anything, because every day is going to be, and not just miss it, also executing. Every single day is designed for you to take an action that's going to take you step closer. Like all the way, go back to your account. I'm looking for down payment. You will see how you're going to get the down payment. All of those things are the things that we're going to be doing. So you don't want to miss it at all. So, and please follow it diligently. Okay? Follow it. We did mid-year money reset, 21 days in June. This one is wealth building challenge. Okay, 12 days. And that's how we're going to wrap up this whole financial freedom drive for, that we're doing for July 2026. All right. And yeah, any question? If you have not gotten your daily at me, get your daily at me. If you have not clicked on the follow button, I know you are all locked in. So check, how do you click on the follow button? Look at the plus sign and see, that's going to, you will be able to know if you are clicking on the follow button or not. If you have not, click on that immediately and turn on the notification bell so we know when I'm live. Also on YouTube, I'm on YouTube as well. So if you haven't